Testing.
There we go. We got audio now.
I feel way better with these.
We are live. Welcome.
We're live.
Welcome, guys.
Everybody,
This
welcome.
is Top 32.
Welcome
if you're tuning
to
in
the
for the first
show.
time, this is our. We did a practice for,
We did practice.
for
I feel
qualifying.
good.
If you want to go back and watch that, there was some qualifying. It was embarrassing on our side, but not the drivers.
Okay.
There was some good driving.
Us as a team, we were not ready. We ate some Taco Bell. We ate some Wendy's. We had our practice
We had some
run.
caffeine.
We reset the tire pressure.
Heads in the game.
Heads in the game. Feeling good, feeling loose.
This is
Yeah.
round two this season of the Pro Spec Formula D Drift Buffet. We call it Summer Solstice event. Out here, we're at Burt Brothers Motor Park, formerly known as Utah Motorsports Campus. This is where the Formula D action takes place. And coming up soon, when is the Formula D?
August 28th.
August 29th,
29th
and 30th.
and 30th.
28th is when you need to be here.
That's
Yeah.
why I'm supposed to be here. That's why it's on my list.
29th and 30th will
We're
be
live.
Formula D here at this track. It's going to be awesome. So if you're local, come out to the track. We love to support the track. We want to keep our local racetracks alive and well.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Jerry will
And
be
then-
competing. Come see Jerry Bear.
I'll be ready.
The home track.
So for those that don't know, this is Jerry Johnson,
Everybody,
Pro Spec.
I'm Jerry.
This is Sadie, fiance and
Yep.
team member of the Jerry Johnson Going for Gold this year experience.
This is Brandon Wicknick. He is Brandon Wicknick.
Terry
Yep.
and I were putting this event on as Drift Buffet, and there's been a lot of work behind the scenes to make this happen. So here's Terry.
It's me.
So we're just happy that we got so many competitors here today.
Yep.
A lot of people from out of town, a lot of people from in town. It's awesome to see this many people in one place drifting together.
Around the country,
Yeah.
And from
Right.
Canada. We have a
From
group
Canada.
from Canada as well.
Hey.
out of country, in country, maple syrup, hot dogs, whatever you need, right? We're getting it all. Cats,
South.
dogs.
The north, the east, the west.
Yep.
You know, we spoke about a little bit in qualifying, the level of driving and then the level of cars. There's a huge differentiation
Yep.
amongst the whole pack, right? There's not kind of the average is huge. So what does that mean for battles upcoming?
Well, of course, you're going to have these guys. So we haven't talked about it yet, but a lot of these drivers that have stopped here today are on their way from St. Louis, the last Pro Spec round, and then they're dropping their trailers off because the next round is here in Utah. So we get these people coming through. They decided to stay and play. So we have some Pro Spec drivers with very, very, very well set up cars.
Yep.
And then we have our local drivers with grassroots cars, right?
Yep.
We've all been there. We've been through all the steps, so we understand
Yeah.
both sides of it, right? And so we're going to have these David versus Goliath battles. Is
Yeah.
going to come up today, you know?
Yeah.
And this is a Goliath track, right? Like you have to have a
Absolutely.
good car. So we're going to see that, of course. But you know, anything can happen at any time, right? You can have a better car and be a better driver and make a mistake.
Absolutely. Should we talk about how the judges are going to judge the track?
Yeah, we don't have a track map to show you. We're not there yet, for technical wise, but yeah, we can go through on the camera. That's great. So there's the start line. These are how the cameras are going to go through. We've got the long run up. That's what's nice about this track. It's one of the fastest tracks on the Formula D circuit.
Yep.
And we're running in a similar run up length. So a fast car, you'll be over 100 miles an hour here. Maybe average car, maybe 80, 90 miles per hour. So you got a really fast entry here into these long sweeping corners. You're almost never off throttle. It's pretty
Absolutely.
much put your foot to the floor and
Just
and drive
glue it to the floor and hold on.
Yeah.
And pray that, your buddy put the lug nuts on tight enough, right?
So when I say Goliath track, I guess I mean this is the more power you have, the better you're going to do at this track because
Yep.
you can get out to the zones.
Yep. So you can see in camera, we'll go camera 2. There is the entry. We're going to be entering into an outer zone 1. And then up to the top right of the screen there, we will have an inner clip. And then in the center of the screen, we will have outer zone 2. And we will then, if you want to move to camera 4 there, we will have a big sweeper, which will be outer zone 3.
So cars are going to be putting their tires to the outside, the right side of the track there. If
Yeah,
we're looking
you
at
can
it.
see a very faintly painted line, but for the most part, all the drivers know that they need to just be at the track edge. And then they will have one final transition, which is super fun right in front of the judges, right here into outer zone 4.
And then you finish off with it's all outer track here on the outside, and then this is just lock it in and bury the throttle and smoke show.
Yep, smoke show, bury the throttle.
This is a good opportunity for the chase car to really get in there. It gives them a good opportunity to get close.
Absolutely. We saw a lot in qualifying that it looks like the track is very gripped up. And I think we're going to see a lot of who went and loosened their cars up, who did the right thing, who's going to risk it all. I think we're going to get some really good tandem.
Why don't you talk about why would you want to grip up versus loosen up? What's that going to do for you?
So if you had a lot of horsepower, right, you might be able to grip the car up because you can easily break the tires loose, and you could essentially, I don't want to say run away from your competitor, but you want to be fast, you want to be competitive, you want to be exciting.
You'll have more traction too.
You'll have more traction to get moving along the track. Where if you don't have the horsepower to physically turn the tires, you might have to loosen the car up, or else, in those outer zones, these big, long, sweeping corners, you will kind of want to straight in, and you're going to be fighting the car. You need to keep the car in drift as a lead driver, and then as a chase driver, and also if you have too much grip, you will physically not be able to keep the car sideways behind some of these slower cars. And that is one of my guesstimations. That's the word I'm going to use. I am guessing that we see maybe an upset today from one of these faster Pro Spec drivers chasing some of these lower grassroots cars, in the sense of, can they get the car slow enough to maintain drift behind others?
Right.
And that's going to be the game we're going to play today.
Yep.
Along with that, the longer transition, will you move to the camera 3 there for a second? Did they say they are not doing a full zero for a straighten?
I think that was more for qualifying.
Okay.
I think once we see battles, it's going to be pretty clear. We're going to be one guy can do it, one guy can't. It's going to be a pretty clear victory.
Okay. So that's just
But it's not an immediate zero.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be.
I don't think it'll be an exact zero, but it will be a large points deduction.
Right.
Right. Obviously, we want to drift the whole track.
I think once we have such a variety of cars, and we saw in qualifying a lot of guys were struggling to get to the zones, and some people weren't. So we're going to see a lot of clear-cut battles, and I think we're going to see some battles where you get two cars that are well matched, that are going to be really difficult to call.
Yes.
It looks like we're getting cars lined up.
Do you guys have any estimations on drivers? Who'd you see in practice that looked very strong and very...
There was some really good driving in practice and qualifying. Obviously, the higher horsepower cars seem to be doing well. We have some local drivers who have been consistently doing well also, so it's good to see those guys, and I want to see some good battles between our out-of-state people and our in-state people.
Yep. Speaking of in-state people, I think we have battle number 1, which is going to be Mark Nielsen there in the chase coming up versus
Kenyon Ross.
Kenyon Ross.
Yep.
I think these cars are very similarly matched, and I do believe this will be an exciting battle. Both of these guys have not competed too much. Do you know these guys' comp experience?
Not very much.
I think they're both kind of breaking the seal when it comes to competition driving. And, they both might be fighting nerves here, but I know their cars are similar, and I think we have a great battle ahead of us.
Let's see.
Kenyon is up front in this BMW, being chased by Mark Nielsen in the Coachworks
Highway Patrol
Fox body.
Both cars are V8 powered.
V8 powered LS. Looks like we're got a lot of grip out around the track. I think that will be the main manufacturer of the week end is powering through that extra traction that's laid down on the track right now.
Mark stayed pretty composed. During that
these
bobble.
guys turning around, they're going to head back up the track, and we'll get reset for the second half of the battle.
It did, like you were talking about, Jerry, it looked like there's a lot of grip on the track.
There is.
Both of these cars could benefit from loosening up a little bit. They both got decent power, but it's such a long track, and like you said, the conditions are changing, but even between practice and qualifying, the conditions changed, huh?
So I was fortunate enough to do some laps yesterday, and from my first lap to my last lap, the track was a totally different track. We showed up, there wasn't much rubber laid down, and then we just continued to, pound rubber into the asphalt, and it got faster and faster. And we ended up loosening our car up, and I'm hoping these guys... Technical difficulty. We're back. Mark Nielsen is going to be up here in the lead. And Kenyon Ross is here in the chase. Let's see how the second half of this battle looks. It looks like both the cars struggled in their first half of this battle. So I want to see what happens here. Looks like we have a strong initiation, maybe a little battle.
Oh, he's out there.
Oh, he's taking the wide line. He's taking that highway patrol line.
Now you'll see there, Kenyon was on line behind Mark.
Yep, Kenyon's doing a great
Mark was a
job
little on the
just
inside.
keeping composed behind that, right?
We had a little dirt drop there, and that's all right.
Yep. Looking fantastic, smoking out this track. You can see it's kind of a windy day. Believe it or not, it's not too hot out there.
It's actually a really nice day.
Coming back from New Jersey and St. Louis, 100 degrees and muggy. Where it feels good to be back in the dry heat. Right now I'm in AC, so I'm not going to complain too much either. I'm feeling quite nice.
Okay.
I want to take this opportunity to thank Pit Viper, one of the sponsors for today's stream and event, along with Cage Kits. We have many people that help us out for streams like this, for the Drift Buffet Pro-Am competition. You guys are awesome.
We have D-Spare Garage, our very own Brandon Wicknick right here.
Yep, D-Spare Garage with the own.
We've got our
Brandon
finish
Wicknick.
line guy, Neil, down there. He's supposed to tell us the winner. I think he told us Kenyon. Let me make sure on this.
We're going to see who won that for sure. We were distracted. Forgive us. Big jobs. You're going to get that. We will know very shortly. Rookies on the job. What can I say? Also, one of my big things is I'm happy to be here today. I need a lot of practice on the mic and behind the camera in general. So if you are enjoying this, thank you. Yeehaw.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Bear with us while we figure out our finish line results.
Our next battle looks to be, is this Sam Holtfed's? I believe this is Sam versus Victor Franco. Sam Holtfed. How do you? Holtfelds. Sorry, Sam. Sam, I'm really sorry. Either way, leaving the line, I believe this will be a very competitive, strong battle. I think
This is a tough one to have out as a top 32 battle.
Yeah.
Because they're both very good.
We get a nice dive in by Victor Franco. I love to see this aggression.
Yes.
Hopefully he doesn't cut himself off too much. I'm liking the line that Sam is taking out there in the lead. He's doing well, touches the dirt a little bit. Let's see what happens with those complications on the track.
Now let's switch him up, send him back up.
Yep. That was a beautiful, beautiful beginning of that battle. Sam was out there in the front. Victor was doing a good job chasing and mimicking. And,
Yeah.
I'm excited for the
Sam
second half.
Holfetz, we have a shout out to his girlfriend Amberly
Amberly.
as his main sponsor.
Hey, look, Amberly, it's a real honor having you, okay?
Sam also, I was able to speak with him this morning. This is the 5th lap in his car.
Really?
So
He's still figuring out the
he's still
bugs of
figuring out
that
the car.
vehicle.
Yep.
Okay, so maybe that's what we saw going into outer four there.
And Kenyon Ross, his goal today was to win one battle, and I believe that's what happened,
Can you
right?
get that battle? Brandon Wicknick has ADHD, okay? Not that it's an issue, but he gets easily distracted. Easily distracted.
And Kenyon
And
Ross,
honestly,
that maroon and gold BMW.
I can't really blame
His
him.
main sponsor is Honey Customs. Shout out, they do wraps. And,
Honey,
and vinyl.
Okay, so Kenyon did get that previous win. We will be better at announcing that
Yep.
immediately. However,
Just
let's
getting
go
our
into the
ducks in a row.
let's go into the second half of this battle. We got Victor Franco and Sam
Holfetz.
Holfetz. They had a great first half of this battle.
This is a new car for Sam. He has a S13 RB powered, and he built this for competition. This is the first competition in this car.
Yep.
It's a well-built car, but I don't know how comfortable he is behind the wheel. While Victor's driven this car quite a bit.
Yeah.
Very
Victor
comfortable
has
behind the
a
wheel.
lot of seat
Both
time.
very, very good drivers.
Looking fantastic out front is Victor Franco, filling the zones. He's looking composed. You know, overall, you can see that he has driven this track before.
Oh, yeah.
He has, you know, has he podiumed here?
Don't put me on the spot on that one. I feel
Okay.
like he has.
I'm unsure. I don't remember at the moment. However, I know we talked about it in qualifying. I have personally battled him, and it was a dogfight, right?
Same with me, yeah.
He, you know, you gotta want it if you're racing all Victor Franco.
Yep.
You know,
And Victor gets the win.
Victor gets the win.
Awesome. Good to see.
You know,
Good to see.
Sam. I think when Sam gets that car put together and it's a little more sorted, he will be a weapon behind the wheel.
Yep.
I'm excited to see Victor take this win, and I think he will go pretty far today.
It's great to see. It's
Yep.
unfortunate for Sam, but that's part of the game. When you build a new car, you got to learn.
Yep.
You got to learn the car.
I mean, it's good for him for showing up instead of, oh, I haven't driven the car, or
Right,
making
right.
excuses, right? There's
Yeah.
no time like today.
Yep.
And
His first test day with that car, he had problems with it, which is normal, right? You build a
It's
new car, you got to work out the bugs.
Absolutely.
So to see the car complete a lap and not have major problems is pretty good.
Yeah.
absolutely, very similar car to Victor Franco is Tyler Downey in his C5 Corvette.
Downey Racing.
Downey Racing going against
We are going against Easton.
Easton.
Yes, also a Corvette.
Yeah.
So Easton has been going through the Salt Lake Drift School here at the campus, correct?
Correct. Lateral G Drift School. He was one of our students. Terry and I run that drift school, and he was one of our students. Did really well on his first drift day, and then has just
Has
gone,
he-
dove head first.
Yeah.
Both feet.
C6
Yeah.
Corvette.
Yep.
Has
this
he
is his
competed?
second car. His second car. He had another car. Built this one for competition, so it's good to see him out here.
Has he
That's awesome.
competed before?
No, this is his
I
first
feel like
competition.
I've never seen him.
He came to the last round with his BMW. The car wasn't competitive.
Yes.
Okay.
So he got his feet wet, but this is
Okay.
It's good to see.
Well, this will
Yeah.
be an exciting battle.
He's up against a great
a
driver.
little Corvette versus Corvette.
Tyler Downey's done really well out here in the past, so I
Yep.
expect big things.
You know, I spoke with Downey, and Downey is very motivated to get his license and continue on his drifting path. You can see he's looking very composed out front,
Keeping it smooth.
keeping it smooth, you know. Again, maybe it's his bigger tire we're running this event or something, but looks like there's just a lot of grip out there. It's
Yeah.
looking like, you know, we need to put that clutch to the floor.
I think these guys get in their head that I need grip to win.
I need grip
to win.
Yep.
And I think that maybe is what we're seeing.
And
is
maybe that's
people,
hurting them.
Oh, it's
Hey.
competition time. Let's turn it up.
I'm not gonna lie though, I do the same thing in Prospect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right? Because you never, the feeling of just getting gapped is one of the worst feelings
Yeah.
ever.
Mm-hmm.
When you know you have the power and you just take a little out of the pressure.
Yep.
But you know that is the
Don't
fine,
make that mistake twice, right? Once you get gapped.
Yep, that is the fine balance of competition drifting, and that is what I love the most.
What do
truly.
you think about? We're seeing a lot more Corvettes on track. What do you think about that?
I
love to see
I
it.
personally love to see it. I would like to trade one. Trade me in. Hey, if you guys have a C6 Corvette and want to be traded in, okay, hit my line. All right. We're going to do our best to try to keep up with the stream comments. We
Yeah.
appreciate your comments and love everybody.
Don't mind me. I'm looking down at the computer in my lap. So
You know, send the comments in.
you put on your head.
It looks like we have all sorts of love already coming in. Thank you, guys. JC Motorworks, I have come for the Catman. You've come to the right place, my boy. You know, I love
Catman is
seeing
not driving,
I love
but-
seeing everyone's comments and seeing who people are rooting for.
All right, here's our second half of the battle. We got Easton up front, leading Tyler Downey. I'm interested to see how Tyler will do behind a less experienced driver.
Yep.
It's also a challenge.
Again, like we talked about at the start of this, who is going to take themselves out, if you will, right? I think Downey's already looking like he's doing well with kind of giving the space.
Yeah.
But not really inactive, right? He's still active.
Yeah.
Yep.
He can just keep it cool.
You know, larger mistakes out in the lead.
We talked
there.
about this exactly in judging, right? How are we going to judge straightening behind a driver who's also straightening? And
Exactly.
Yeah.
in the
And-
drivers' meeting, Josh Hadlock specified that it would be, you know, case by case, right? If you're following someone and they're not doing the exact line, they're going to be forgiving on also not doing that exact line. So
Okay, and it looks like Tyler Downey gets the win.
Yeah, it looks like Tyler Downey
So the red
is going
Corvette.
to move on. Unfortunately, you know, I think Easton had a few too many mistakes in his lead, you know, going 3 tires off there into outer 4.
right, he's making good progress. I think
Making
making his
great
second,
progress.
his second showing at a competition.
Well, and then along
Good
with
job.
that,
Good job for him showing
you
up.
know, being such a young driver,
Absolutely.
learning fast,
Yep.
looking good while doing it.
Yep.
Black C6 Corvette, that's why I say. Yeah. Just good looking car. You know, come on over. We can talk.
And if anybody local is interested in learning how to drift, we do run that Lateral G Drift School.
Yep. Hey, that was going to. She jumped together.
That was one more time.
Oh, okay. We will be going overtime
Okay.
on the Downey and Easton battle.
That will be one more time.
One more time.
I can only assume. Maybe we can get Hadlock. I can only assume it has to do with the
Well,
straightening and then Tyler
I do
also
believe-
made some mistakes in the chase.
They both had mistakes in both their leads and their chases, right? And then it sounds like he just said maybe there was a jump on the gun for
from the start line?
from the start line and
Okay.
whatnot. Either way,
So that's a redo.
Yep.
They're gonna go again.
going to go again, and we will get this next battle lined up.
Yep, we'll let them go change their
This is
tires.
one of those that we talked about, right? A very, very fast, high-level pro spec car chasing Jordan Manoa in a stock 350Z. Now, he's got to have a heart that's huge to show up in that car, and I love it, right? He's out here, 3rd, 4th gear, absolutely throwing that Z in.
Yep.
Pedal through the floor.
Pedal through the floor, clutch kicking, the whole 9, and he does an amazing job. And I am excited to see how Shelly Hansen in the chase is going to keep up with that, right?
She is one of 4 female drivers today, which is super cool.
Yep. Can she tame the beast?
She is very fast, so
You know, the Hansen Mobile in Pro Spec is truly one of the faster cars out in grid. It's the one everyone talks about, and okay, if you can keep up with Hansen, you're keeping up with the
Right.
grid.
This
you
is
know?
one of the faster cars for sure.
yep.
But on the other note, let's see how she can hold that beast back,
Yeah.
chasing Jordan Manoa in the 350Z.
And for those of you that watch and follow Formula D, this is the same car that was upside down a month ago.
Yep.
Yep.
And
In
they've
New
rebuilt
Jersey.
it, and it's back, and it's fast, and it's doing great.
It was so cool to see them roll that car over and tow it back to their pits and throw new arms on it and shocks.
And it was
And
fixed the next day.
they fixed it the next day, and she competed and did awesome.
Great to
Okay,
see
here
it.
they
Here we
go.
go.
Off
Coming
the
Jordan
line.
in the lead. Throwing it in. Shelly's keeping pace right behind him.
Yep.
It's tricky because as a chase car with more power, you don't want to be too close, but you also don't want to give too much space.
Yeah.
So Shelly's doing a great job.
She's doing a really good
You know,
job.
Jordan Manoa is actually doing a
Wow, he's
fantastic
out there.
job with
Wow.
It's a
really
great lead from
using
Jordan.
the whole entire track. You can definitely see he's down on horsepower.
Oh, wow, this is a great battle.
Wow.
Great job by Shelly.
Great lead from Jordan.
Overall,
Beautiful. Beautiful.
fantastic. Oh, fantastic.
That's what we are here to see.
We love it. Look me out. Okay.
So we're nice.
I switched
Whoa,
out
we
my
got
sunglasses.
Jerry some Pit Vipers.
Yeah, one of
Shout
our
out
Thanks
to
again.
Viper.
Shout out to Pit Viper. Again, if you haven't been tuned in, we love Pit Viper
main sponsor for
because
today.
they are the main people to make this happen for today.
Bring in the party.
Bring in the party, bring in the shade. Pit Viper.
to Party Mountain.
Welcome to
Party Mountain.
the Pit Viper Party Mountain. Okay, I'm gonna hurry and jump onto these comments for a second.
73.
We got some love for the Scoundrels coming up. Overall love for everybody.
If you guys
out
are on
there.
the stream, we're checking comments, so we'd love to interact.
You know, if you want to know anything in between battles that you might have questions about, right? So, Jerry Johnson, drive Formula Drift Pro Spec. This is Brandon Wicknick. He drove Formula Drift Pro 1 back in
100 years ago.
100 years ago.
14,
Back when we
15,
had wooden
16.
wheels and the horses were up front, you know? We'd send him out and back in my day. You know, so he got up earlier and believe it or not, dust fell off of him. That is how old
There we go. We're lined
is.
up again. I'm gonna cut you off, Jerry.
Cutting me off is probably the right idea most of the time.
Okay.
So now we got Shelly out front
Yep.
with the higher horsepower car. This will be interesting.
So I wonder what they did with the setup. If she's going to throw the typical, you know, I wonder
Yeah.
if she's going to be down on grip or she's going
Good
to
angle, good
have
angle.
great composure.
Ooh, okay.
Jordan Minot
Wow,
his foot to
coming
the
in hot.
floor. I think,
Shelly's online. That was a big handbrake, but she's
Yeah.
really online there.
I mean, good correction.
Yep.
Yeah.
She,
Yep.
she
Didn't straighten
made
out.
a mistake, but overall corrected.
Jordan's in the game. I thought he was going to get run away from, but he was
Yeah.
able to catch up when Shelly slowed there.
You know,
Yeah.
Jordan really made the right correction, not correction, but just choice overall, and kind of cutting the track down a little
Right,
bit
right.
into outer three to catch up with the Shelly mobile.
The judges were really clear in the drivers' meeting that proximity was more important than line
Yep.
in this aspect. So,
Yeah.
you know, if you
speaking-
got to cut the track to keep up, that's
okay.
That's what they want to see.
Yeah.
And
Speaking of the judges, we have not introduced our judges yet. We have 3 of them here. We have Joshua Hadlock, judge number 1.
longtime drifter Joshua
Yep.
Hadlock from Salt Lake City, Utah here.
We have Rob Parsons,
Yep.
owner of Cage Kits right
Cage
here.
Kits,
Cage
Yep.
Kits, thank you, Cage Kits, for making this happen today.
CageKits.com or CageKits.org, both work.
You know, he is very into the whole drifting scene in general.
Okay. And our last judge is Mike Fulkerson.
Mike is a longtime drifter. He earned his Formula D license 100 years ago, like I did. He never
Back
went to
when you
Formula
could
D,
do it
but
on
he's-
foot.
He's a great driver, and
Yep.
and so we're happy to have him here. He knows a lot about drifting.
Him and Josh Hadlock are very analytical.
Yes.
And you know, they're really good at spotting how to do better. So they're good at seeing what people are doing great and what people are doing bad.
Yep.
right.
Right? I've always asked Josh Hadlock for advice when I'm doing bad, and he's good at pointing it out.
So this last battle, the judges came back with it one more time. So they are
So
going
we'll be
one more
running
time.
them again.
Shout out Jordan Manoa for holding it together.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Welding that clutch.
Makes you wonder: is Shelly going to change the car setup? Are they going to do something different?
You know, if that's a good question.
Rudy's going to go downstairs right now and tell his wife to turn up the grip.
We're gonna get wild.
And
Okay, another one of our females up here right now is
have-
Gabby Downing.
along with Nikita.
So Nikita will be leading this. Gabby is going to be chasing. That's Gabby, correct?
That is Gabby.
Yep, that
correct.
is
That is
Gabby.
correct.
I
Yep.
had the vision, this Pit Viper vision. Feeling
Nikita
good.
is in the supercharged LS Mercedes-Benz.
Another one of those horsepower differentials. You know,
Which is
Nikita
like
almost making 1,000 horsepower. This is Gabby's first time driving the car since it broke. You know, I think she might still be working through some bugs and whatnot. It's great to have her out here.
Now Nikita is a seasoned road racer, and so he made the move to drifting, which is interesting to see when you got a lot of experience behind the wheel racing and then
Yeah.
make the move to drifting.
He was in IMSA for about 15 years, and this is his first year drifting, so
Well, an
it's
experienced
very
wheelman.
backwards.
Wheelman.
An experienced wheelman.
That's right.
You know, having the ability, one of the harder things about competition is turning it on and saying, all right, it's time to go racing.
Okay, guys, while they come back to the start line, we have a question in the chat from a 6-year-old. Why do they start between cones instead of just a line?
Okay, so that would be the start chicane.
Yep, they call that a chicane.
So in the lead, if you're looking there, there is a cone that's not directly in the path of the driver, but it kind of offsets the driver to the right. And what that does is it prevents what you would see as the drag race out of the hole, right? So the lead driver kind of leaves, they have to avoid the cone, and then they can start to accelerate. And what that really gives is a chance for the chase driver to, you know, start shifting gears and get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
So as a go ahead.
Because it's not a race to the finish line.
It's not a
You
race
wanna-
to the finish
yeah.
line. It often feels like it is, which is why I think we had to get there, right?
Yep.
As a chase driver, you want the opportunity to get as close as you can, so you can jump the start and you can kind of pace and decide, you know, how the initiation's going to go, so you don't get run away from.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see how Nikita is able to, you know, maneuver this good-looking Mercedes behind this even better-looking C5 Corvette. I'm not biased.
She knocked a cone down, but I think that is going to be A-okay for us.
You know, I think she still might be struggling up there in the front with her setup.
She hasn't driven her Corvette in about a year, and she has not had very many practice laps because her cooling system went out yesterday. So
Okay, so
she did
new-
not have any practice laps yesterday.
Just going through the new build bugs.
Yep, new
Hey,
build bugs.
you've had some new build bugs, haven't you?
It's all part of the process,
It's all
right?
part of the
Part of
process,
the
right?
It takes time to work those kinks out.
You know, a brand new car typically gets driven, what? How many times before you start to trust it?
I really feel like you should put a lot of time into it, at
Yeah.
least 5,
Yeah.
6 track days before you even think about competing, right?
At least. If you see all of the top Pro 1 drivers, they'll build a new car, and then it feels like every weekend they're
Always
out driving.
testing, always.
Testing, testing before Long Beach, their big debut. And, you know, maybe Gabby is just still going through the testing phase.
Right, right.
Fortunately, Nikita is going to get that win
Yep.
here, and we'll move on to the next battle.
It looks like,
You know,
well,
congrats.
I believe we will be going back to our one more time of Downey and Easton. We will
Congrats
see here.
to both of them, you know. Now, for those of you at home, all right, if you have ever thought about competing, just do it. If you want to do it, just do it. You don't have to have the nicest of things and
Yeah.
whatever. We're showing this right here where Jordan Manoa is out here in a stock 350Z and, you know, is now running one more time with Prospect driver Shelly Hansen in her, you know, 900 horsepower S13.
Yeah.
You know, just come out here. You're going to make mistakes. You might not. It might be the greatest time of your life. You might break your first lap.
Mistakes are how you learn, though. So.
Racing
So
cars is racing
up next
cars.
we've got Tim Z. He's a local guy. He
Okay.
does a lot of autocross stuff, and he's been dabbling in drifting. And we've got Jacob Afrosman. I'm going to call him Afro Man. Another Canadian
Jacob
driver.
Afroman. Yep, we have 2 Canadian drivers here today. Jacob in the blue 350Z he drifted 10 years ago, and this is his debut back.
He's been out of the game for a minute.
Yep.
That's a V8 powered car. I believe the Mustang is also stock engine.
Good composure there in the chase. I like it.
Right to the edge.
A little contact.
Contact.
Getting rowdy, you know. You know, looks like
That was a little risky. He was,
Yeah.
Jake was getting really close to Tim there, and Tim put a tire off the track. And as the chase driver, you don't want to give up. You don't want to stop drifting because you don't know if he's going to come back on. And so I think he just stayed in it, which is good composure.
Yeah.
And then Tim came back on track, and there was a little bit of contact there.
I really think it was a good risk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Yep.
think it was the play.
We'll have to see how the judges
Yeah.
view
How the
that.
judges play.
Yep.
Yeah. While they're coming back up, what's the elevation here? We have-
Elevation
answer
here
a couple questions.
is about 4,700 feet, I think. No, it's about 4,300,
4,300.
if I
Depends
remember.
on where you're at. We got a lot of ups and downs in this
Yeah,
valley.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm carbureted. And so when I'm reading my plugs and whatever, I put a jet in there like it's about 4,500 feet.
All he has to do is bust out the screwdriver.
And then I
you know?
can kind of, I can kind of flow with some temperature change.
You don't read your logs and
Spark plug, baby. You know,
What logs?
logs are for the woods. Okay.
all right, we're gonna
Okay.
flip around. We got Jacob up front and Tim out back. He's got his police lights on.
Yeah. Ready to pull that 350Z over. Coming down the straight. Dun 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 dun.
Good initiation.
Again, maybe just having some car setup problems in the chase there. Not sure what's going on. Beautiful lead.
Jacob's
so
on a good
far
line.
up front. You know, right there was a perfect example of seeing that good aggressive flick into outer four that the lead driver is able to do for the judges.
Right.
I think that is where the X factor of this track could be, is having a high throttle, high committed, you know, aggressive transition into outer zone number 4 there at the end of the track.
Huh.
Oh. Okay, looks like we need to contact our
Easton.
drivers.
Easton, we need Easton.
if you are watching, if anyone has Easton's phone number, could you give him a
It
call
was
and let him
it was a
know?
one more time call, and he
Please.
is out of his car
Time.
walking
Turn back
around.
to the line.
Someone grab Easton.
Get that good-looking black Corvette
Yeah.
back to the start line. We are on the run to find Mr. Easton.
And I'm guessing that was our bad. We had a little bit of communication problems between the judges.
That was
and,
that first battle that we called incorrectly.
Yep. So we're just going to correct that going forward. Thank you very much. We're getting our water delivery over here.
Shout out
so we
to
don't
Mr.
get dehydrated.
Nick Lara for getting us liquid hydration. Along with hydration, we have no sun in our eyes. Thank you to
Yeah,
Pit Viper.
and the AC. They turned the AC on for us too.
Oh, God bless.
So it looks like we are going to run our Shelly Hansen and Jordan Manoa battle first. They're one more time. So they're warming up tires right now.
You have to wonder if they made any tire pressure changes or any adjustments.
I would imagine Shelly maybe did if she hadn't already.
Sometimes you run a battle and you're like, oops, we made a mistake, and you get it one more time, which is your
Yeah.
second chance to correct.
So if you were driving a slower horsepowered car, how would you change your tires?
If I was driving, I think Jordan Manoa is at his limit.
Yeah.
You know, Shelly clearly was much faster than Manoa, and so she looked like she handled it well. If I was in Shelly's spot and I felt comfortable, I would just leave the car as it was.
Okay.
I think Jordan gained a bunch of ground when Shelly had that big correction handbrake. So if she doesn't do
Yeah.
that again,
Yep.
Jordan may not have a chance to catch up.
And you know,
Yeah.
maybe she threw herself offline because she has a little less grip in the car or whatnot. Either way, I think this one more time will be exciting just as before.
Now, I noticed in the last battle, Jordan didn't leave the line as early as I personally would have. I think since, as a lower horsepower car, we talked about the chicane, he has a good opportunity to leave the line before Shelly so that he gets the head start and then can really control his speed. So I think he got gapped a little in that drag race, which is something you learn after you watch the taillights for so many times, you know?
Well, it looks like he's got himself quite the run-up right now. He looks like he is good and ready.
We got our ASE Master Tech there, Jacob Taft, checking out our start line extraordinaire, checking out Jordan's car.
Making
Hopefully
sure cars are
nothing's
safe
wrong.
and good.
Yeah.
Jacob also double checks tires. He's want to make sure nobody's on cheater tires here, so that's
Yeah.
part of his.
Our tire size rule for this event is 265, 300 tread wears.
right.
Correct?
Yep.
Yep.
Great initiation from Shelly. Just as fast as we expected. She's doing great there. A little bit of a handbrake, not as much as before, but that does allow Jordan to gain some ground there. And like we talked about, he's cutting the line to keep up, which is kind of what you got to
Oh,
do.
Jordan Manoa flirting with the edge of the track there.
Yeah.
Shelly is going to rip through outer zone 4 and finish out her run.
You know, a lot of drivers were telling me with where the sun is and how much smoke is coming off the Pro Spec cars, these less experienced guys are having a hard time because they're not used to chasing all the smoke in the sun. So,
Correct. That was my harder adjustment this year, moving into Pro Spec.
It looked like Shelly
The
did
level
everything
of
she
smoke.
needed to do. She was on a great line. She had a small correction with the handbrake, but nothing excessive. And I think I think she has the advantage
Okay,
here
looks like
personally.
we had someone in the chat help us out. So Easton is heading back to his car now.
Cool, thank you. We don't
Yeah.
want someone to lose, especially someone inexperienced with competition. We don't want
Yes.
them to lose for some technicalities. So we'll get
Yeah.
Easton back in the car and get him.
We did have a miscommunication between
Yes.
us and the judges.
Yes, that's true.
So I will take
true.
full accountability.
And do the commentators read this chat? Yes, we are
Yes.
reading your questions. So
Look,
if you have any other questions,
Right here.
let us know.
I did. You brought that up, Jerry. I got to follow Jerry yesterday in my Sylvia. He's got twice the horsepower, and I got in the smoke line behind him. I couldn't see anything, and I just shut it down. It wasn't worth the risk of coming through the smoke and seeing a car in your way. So
Yep.
it's definitely one of those things. If you're back far enough, it's game over.
You're done.
You got to be in the pocket to be past the smoke.
You know, there were a few times my very first event in Atlanta where my jaw kind of hit the steering wheel because I was like, I'm supposed to drive through this.
You're blind.
You're blind. And
You hope they don't spin out in front of you.
you just send it through and you pray.
Yep.
Right? And that's why Prospect's fun because everyone's, trusted drivers. They've earned their
Yep.
spot there.
Yep.
And so you start to just dive through the smoke.
Learn to drive with your eyes closed. Practice driving with your eyes closed, and then. All right, we got him lined up again. We got Jordan
Second
Manoa
half.
up front. No, not Nasty Gloves. I'm getting them mixed up. That's Riker.
Yep, yep.
Jordan Manoa and Shelly Hansen.
Again, let's see how Shelly does. She tamed the car pretty well on that first battle behind Jordan Manoa. Jordan Manoa's lead was phenomenal for what he was working with.
Ooh,
Oof. Jordan did have a handbrake correction there. That might have messed up Shelly.
and the judges will see that.
He's doing good now. He's on a good line. Let's see the transition here. Great transition to the
Nice.
edge of the track. Very good.
Yep,
Shelly's right where she needs to be.
she is. Nice, that was awesome. That was a great battle.
Jordan is a professional media guy. He does videos and all sorts of cool media stuff. He works on film crews. He should be doing what we're doing on the production side, but it's great to see him on the opposite side of the lens.
What you're seeing
Behind
here
the wheel.
is two semi-professional, soon-to-be professional podcasters or videocasters, honestly.
Okay.
So it looks like
We have a decision.
Shelly gets the
Shelly
win.
is going to get the win. I think Jordan Manoa's entry, he had that big handbrake correction to kind of shoot it wide, and the judges have deemed that potentially.
It's tough when you don't have a lot of horsepower. You've got to decide when to initiate, and if you're a little early, you can't correct from that mistake.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to be on point.
Yep.
And then along with that, Shelly's lead was great.
It was.
And
Yep.
I think Shelly deserves that win.
And even after that mistake from Jordan, Shelly put it back together and was able to.
Yep. Durham and
Yep.
put the party on. We are going back to this one more time with the Corvette on Corvette action.
Yep, we have
Tyler Downey versus
Easton.
Easton.
Dastrup.
Yep. We've got Corvette on Corvette. Tyler Downey is a seasoned, well-experienced driver, and like we talked about, this is Easton's, I think, second competition. First one in this car, so he's getting things figured out.
Good for him.
And at this level,
Showing off.
every lap is a learning experience.
Yeah.
At every
Maybe a
level,
little.
but especially when you have less experience, every lap you're learning something. So I love to see it, and I'm seeing his improvement on every lap. Tyler's a little shallow there. He could be deeper. Maybe he tried to grip his car up a little, or maybe the track's changing a little bit.
I'm curious to see if Tyler Downey, he made that little mistake on his initiation, right? And I'm curious to see if he's really going to put on the pressure in his chase now to get the judges to do one or the other.
Yeah.
You think he could potentially hang back?
Well, I think he won't want to because, he had that little understeery
Oh, so it's-
action.
He's got to work for it.
I think he's going to, in his head, or his spotter might be communicating to him like, hey, just put it on him.
Right.
Right. Easton was a little further away in the picture. Looked like he was having a hard time keeping up, but I think this second half of this battle will be pretty exciting. Being Corvette on Corvette action.
We have another question while we have a second. When is Brandon going to get back into the comp drift?
So this year, I actually, both my cars are down. I'm building a new pro car.
Okay.
I have a JZX 100 Chaser. So I want to build that to be a pro car. I have my old pro car that I ran, and so I'm kind of in transition. But I did hot pit. I'm kind of bummed because Jerry did hot pit this year. I wanted to drive with Jerry, but I didn't have a car. So
Pesky.
I plan on doing that next year. I really enjoy doing hot pit, clutch kickers, that kind of thing. So that's my plan. Next year, doing something.
Comments. Where's Jerry's energy? Crank the hog. hey, look, one thing we're learning, as you've seen in the live stream, we gotta be smooth every once in a while.
Gotta be
okay?
smooth.
If we're high strung every single moment, we won't be smooth.
All right, flag drop, they're off. We got Easton up front, Tyler Downey in the chase. We want to see if Downey's going to apply the pressure. A little risky. He's doing great. Easton's out there on the right line. It's good to see. And Tyler's right there with him. That's what we want to see. Tyler maybe a little gripped up, struggling a little bit in the chase.
Yeah.
And Tyler must know after the one more time
Nice.
that Easton's line isn't perfect, right? He's a newer driver, and so Tyler's got to
He's got to
hang
clean
back
it up.
and see what's there, but also be present. So that's
Yeah.
not easy to do.
I'm curious to see which way this battle goes.
Yep.
Tyler Downey is going to get the win.
Let's see if we can get Hadlock to explain that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're gonna bring him in here. All right, everyone, I'm gonna step off really quick. We're gonna put our main judge, Joshua Hadlock, in here to explain that last battle.
So the first battle was like it wasn't a clear winner in the first battle. So the judges and I wanted to see was just we wanted a clear winner. It was one driver was always in an inactive chase. The other one just didn't have the lead run that we want. Like some of the lead runs were okay, mediocre at best, but it was really comes down to like lead run to lead run. They were basically the same because both the cars were so far apart equally. So I called them again. So we called them again, and then once we got them back up, we actually wanted to see it. And obviously Tyler had a much more closer follow on his lead or on his Easton's lead. He followed much better than Easton did. Easton was almost inactive the whole time, straightening up, trying to keep up with Tyler. So that's why we made that call.
Well, good. We appreciate you guys. I know it's not an easy job all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard.
We appreciate this guy.
Thanks to the judges.
Thank you to the judges. Thanks for all the judges.
Who have we
Judging
got?
is Tricky.
Now we have got
Riker
This is
Garrett
Riker Garrett. Nasty Gloves.
versus, is that
Tanner
Tyler?
Walters.
Okay, so a little hometown beef
Little hometown
right
action.
here. Little hometown action.
And Down Under Detailing. One JZ powered S13 and a V8 S13.
Both experienced here at this track.
Tanner got third place at the last round.
Yep.
Ooh, we got an off from Riker. Careful, careful.
Off. Keep it together.
Did I miss the contact?
I think they both got lucky because both of them had mistakes, right? Tanner had the straight and behind. He had the off. So I have a feeling the judges are going to go off the second half of this battle to make a decision.
Yeah.
And so
And keep in mind, Riker, he crashed his car pretty bad last year. He got it fixed and went out and tested it and immediately blew it up. So
Riker
this is his first comp since
is
getting
the
it back.
man that doesn't give up.
He doesn't. He's always
He
present.
doesn't.
Yep,
Always
always
gets the car
present.
ready.
Yep. And that's what it takes. That's what it's going to take to.
Sometimes fixing your
go
car after a
around.
crash is almost the same as building a new car.
Absolutely.
It takes time to
Pesky guy. 97 though, he's looking good.
it takes time to get your car back, right? If you have a big enough crash, you got to work out the kinks. So we'll reset them here and see how this next half goes. It may come down, like Jerry was saying, it may come down to lead versus lead.
Yeah.
Lead versus lead, or maybe one person won't be as present in this next half of the battle. You know, hopefully,
Well, Riker had the off in his lead, right? So if,
Yeah.
if Tanner can put it together and
absolutely.
that may be enough to go one way. So Tanner's in the JZ powered S13 on the left here, and the white car is
Oh my goodness.
Jail. Jail. We're taking you straight to jail.
Often heard, I've never seen.
So second half of this battle, I think we're ready to send cars. We want to thank Jake again for standing out there.
and we're off. Really fast entry from Tanner. Riker's back there a little bit. Tanner's online.
Yeah, Tanner showing why he took third at the last round right here. Very strong, and apparent that he's confident. up
Really
front.
good. That's right. We want to see him on track. That was a great lead.
Okay, we have another question. What are we looking for when in the chase position? We are looking for, we spoke with the judges and they're looking for mostly proximity.
Yep.
If you need to sacrifice line, go a little shallower to catch up, they want you guys door to door as much as you can.
I believe this track is 60 feet wide everywhere. And so there's a lot of space to cut the line. On short tracks, it's harder, but on this one, you can really, I think we saw in the other battle, where you can shortcut the line to gain proximity, which if you have a slow car, that's kind of what you have to do. So
And it looks like Tanner Walters gets the win. So the pink and blue S13.
The down under car is going to stay clean. Get
down
crispy.
under detailing of Tanner Walters.
You think they're detailing it after every run? That's their main
He needs a hood and
sponsor?
headlights before he can detail the car.
This is true.
No, he hits it with the cut and buff after every single. Hey, wheels, tires, and some wax, baby.
Yep,
That's why he's flying across the track.
yep.
Who have we got up next here?
We've got Colette Davis and
So this is our
Kenyon Ross.
this is our first battle of 16.
Oh yes. Okay,
Okay.
so we were down a couple drivers. So top 32, we came out with what, 23 drivers?
Yeah, I think we had
24?
9 buy runs. Is
Yeah.
that right?
So Colette Davis got a buy run in top 32. And
So we didn't run the buy run, so this is the first time we're seeing Colette, but this is
Yeah.
officially the start of top 16.
Colette Davis actually qualified first place with an 83.
Yep,
So
congrats to her.
Congrats to her for first place qualifying.
From Florida. She has been
Yeah.
doing great this year in the Prospect Series as
This
well.
is definitely a David versus Goliath battle.
Yes.
This is, I think she's 800 or 900 horsepower, 2JZ, and the car is really fast.
Along with
She's
that,
driving very well also, she's online.
Yep, kind of showing us right now why she qualified first. Very strong and apparent in the lead there. You see that very aggressive transition into outer four. Great smoke trail.
Kenyon's doing a great job there of sacrificing the line. He knows he's against a faster car, and he was,
No, doing all that he can, right? So like you say, David and Goliath. We, want to see the second half of this battle, are excited to.
Yep, they're gonna head back up.
I think he did make all of the right moves in his chase to try to keep up with that monster. Colette and her team have worked effortlessly.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say, is that the word to use?
Yeah, last
Endlessly.
week we were neighbors with her at a Formula Drift, and they ended up pulling the motor on Saturday during pro. They pulled the motor, swapped the motor. So she got a couple of practice laps yesterday, but she's on a new tire today. And
Yep.
so they're also working out a couple bugs.
We got some practice laps. I think her first, she was talking to me last night and she said, I have never drifted this fast before.
Yep.
It's been something new for her. She's transitioning quickly. She's whatever, but she has adapted nicely in that sense.
Yep.
Kenyon's car looking good. I'm excited to see what he can do with that 318. 318, correct?
yeah,
318
TI.
TI. Let's see what he can do out front.
Colette's also got to stay composed behind a slower car, which is not easy.
Yep.
the track, little
Colette's
brown,
doing a great job
brown
keeping it
powder.
together.
Now, the judges did say if there's a little puff of dirt, that's all right, but they don't want to see rooster tails, so that may.
And that was definitely,
Kurt
it wasn't 2 tires off. Something that severe would be a big deficit, but
Yeah.
that was 1 tire.
Yeah, he was just right on the edge,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Flirting with it.
This is a new car for Colette, right? Didn't she have a
New
yeah.
engine. Oh,
No
yeah,
chassis.
new car
New
too.
chassis.
Yeah, she was able to drive it in St. Louis.
Shout out Cage Kits.
Yeah.
You know, they were able to weld a car, weld a cage back together, get it
Yep.
FD legal, and build a whole new chassis for St. Louis.
And it looks like Colette gets the win.
Awesome.
So Colette will
Well
be
deserved.
moving on, and we will go to our second battle in the top 16.
You know, good job,
Kenyon
Kenyon.
with the Honey Customs.
So he won his first
BMW.
battle, correct?
Yeah, he won top 32. That
did.
was his
And
goal
so
this
he
weekend.
hit his goal.
Yep.
Yep.
You know, I think he's going to head back to the garage, hit the drawing board, see what he needs to do to get his next goal, which will be a Formula Drift Pro 1 championship, I'm sure.
Isn't that all of our goals?
You know, sometimes my goal is just to wake up in the morning.
So this is the same, for those of you that haven't seen it, this is the same track that that the pros and Pro Spec will be driving on in Formula Drift. That's coming up here August
29th and
29th
30th.
and 30th that weekend. So if you're
And
if you're
then-
local here, we want to come support the track and come out
Yeah.
and watch your local pros, including All-American Jerry Johnson
Yeah.
here.
We're going to try
And
to,
then
you know,
You gonna win it? You
win,
gonna win it,
a few
Jerry?
battles.
we're gonna win it.
Awesome.
We're gonna win it.
You
And
guys
You
then
know,
well
she's
August-
much more confident than I am. I drove the car yesterday. I personally think we need some nitrous and a few other things. However, I think we're at least on the right track. All right. Here is a debate for me and you, Brandon.
Okay, so we've got the production crew from the TV show, right? TV show Homestead. They were actually filming out here last week.
Yes.
And so let's have a little chat.
Sadie, you're on.
Yeah. What are we
chatting about?
What are we chatting about?
I am put out on the spot right now.
This is Jacinta.
You and I both.
Okay.
Introduce yourself.
Okay.
Hello, my name's Jacinta. I'm with Homestead the Series on the
Okay.
locations department.
Okay, sweet. Give us a little explanation of what that is.
So we actually come out and look for locations where we're going to do our filming at and work with the
Okay.
location and then the crew with this filming as well.
Yeah,
So
okay.
we came out, scouted this place and found it and it was perfect for what we
Yeah.
were looking for.
Okay. And what is your series about?
So it's a post-apocalyptic film.
Oh, wow.
We came out with a movie 1st,
Uh-huh.
which you can find on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
And then we have the series, which we've released 2 episodes so far.
Okay.
That you can watch through Angel Studios. Mm-hmm. And then right now we're currently working on finishing the series.
Yeah.
So
Well,
episode 3 through 8. And
Yeah.
It's post-apocalyptic. There's no power. They're trying to find shelter, places to live.
yeah. So your next episode will be on the track. Will it be on the track? Will it be at the venue, or is it like Utah in general?
You guys were
So-
using a different part of the venue, right, on the far side?
Okay.
just to
So
kind
it
of
wasn't
see
car
that
related, it was just they were using the track. It's kind of an interesting landscape we have here out in this
Yeah.
Tooele Valley.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yes. Just your flat, back lot in the back there.
Yeah. Wow. Well, that's
cool.
gonna be super cool. Looks like we are ready to run our next battle. So,
Any drift cars in the future?
yeah. Any drift cars?
Well,
Post-apocalyptic drift cars?
Sounds like we need to now. Absolutely.
I know a ton of these guys would love to come do some stunt driving. So
Well, season 2.
If it-
have
if it-
to figure that out.
pops up.
Here's
on
our next
The,
battle.
oh, yep. Here we go. Okay, it looks like we have James Dunn in the chase and Gabriel from Canada.
Whoa, James! James is getting a little spicy. He's got a lot of horsepower under the hood of that car.
Yes.
James-
Brand new car for him.
James is the oldest driver here, and
Again.
his goal is to be the oldest driver in Formula D. So he's just getting into drifting, and he's got himself quite the machine. It's a lot of horses to hold on
Yeah.
to.
So, unfortunately, James Dunn went
old
off
is
the
that?
track twice.
How
And
old?
James Dunn went off the track twice.
How old is he?
He is
64. Yep.
Yeah, so he's 64 years old, wanting to be the oldest Formula Drift driver. He just got that Corvette done.
He's challenging Rudy Hansen.
Yeah. In the age department. Okay, is there any other,
Easy, old man.
Those are my guys.
any other questions or any other comments about the series?
Just no, we're
Yeah.
so grateful you guys
Yeah.
had us here. It was the most perfect spot. Couldn't have gotten any better.
That's
so
awesome.
We appreciate it so
yeah.
much.
Well,
Yes.
I'm glad you guys are out here able to watch some drifting and
Go check out the show. Where can
Yeah.
they see? You said Amazon. What was it?
So you can find it through Angel Studios.
Okay.
Angel Studios. That's right. Angel
Yep.
Studios makes a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Cool.
And come November, we'll have the rest of the series where you'll see the track and
Yeah.
our lot too. And see
Sweet.
multiple
That's great.
episodes, so.
Well, thank
that's
you.
awesome. Okay.
Thank you guys so
well,
much for
thank
having
you.
us.
Yep.
This battle.
James Dunn went off the dirt in he
Yeah, James
went over the
was
rumble
chasing,
strips.
Chasing.
and
Yeah.
he went off in the
Three
in two.
tires, 4 tires, 1 tire?
He was
Four.
off. He was
Okay.
off, Yeah.
He was 4 tires off. So,
Just cooked.
So
it.
he's got some work to do.
He's got some work to do. We'll see how he does out front.
yep. Gabriel out back from British Columbia.
You know, Gabe has been looking very strong in practice all weekend long.
He's got a similar setup to us.
Correct. Let's see. You know, I have a feeling James is really going to go out on a limb here.
Yep. He's got to give it his all.
Gabe doing a great job at mimicking kind of.
Overcooked it again.
4 tires off again, unfortunately, for James Dunn. So,
Gabe, you know, he looks hungry.
yes, he does. So I think we probably know which way this battle's going.
So it's interesting because James took the line that's actually not for this track, right? He took the outside line, went over the rumble strips, which is off track for this,
Yeah.
and Gabe followed him there.
Yeah.
So which is impressive, right? He wanted to keep with him and all that
Exactly.
stuff, and so that kept him on line to stay in the pocket and be where he needed to be. So
That's.
Do we have a decision?
Yep. It sounds like Gabe is going to get the win.
congratulations,
Okay? That
Gabe.
Scion FRS.
Congrats to Gabriel. He, you know, crossed the border to get here today.
It's not an easy thing to do.
Not an easy thing to do.
Long journey.
Long journey, bringing his crew. Congrats. You
Okay,
know,
let's go back
James,
to,
Keep it up.
yeah.
You know, I know he is, I think this is his first comp weekend in that car.
Okay.
And so I think new car, new chassis, he comes from that S14. He's trying to, you know, tame the beast, right? Josiah built that car, and, you know, I'm sure they will work out all those kinks.
Okay, back to our debate question. VA or 2JZ
Oh,
for Jerry?
we don't have enough time for this.
Yeah.
That'd be a whole
That's
separate
like-
podcast.
Yeah, that's, I mean, who asked that?
The Alter Ego podcast.
Ooh.
So let us know in the chat your answer.
What do you guys think?
Okay,
We'll
VA
talk
I
about
want to
or
be honest though.
2JZ.
I want to be honest. Like if it's some old pesky fuel injected V8 that's, you know, built for boost and stuff, I might go 2J. I will officially say it, right? But it's got to be high compression carbureted at least.
All right, all right.
So I'm here to argue, right?
Okay, so this is
We got
Victor
Crew?
Franco and Crew Flesher.
Crew is E36 S52, 550 horsepower. And Victor is 500 horsepower on nitrous. I'm sure he's putting the whole bottle to it right now to
Oh,
keep up
absolutely.
with Crew. Crew is a young driver, 15 years old, been drifting for 3 years.
You know, they got the whole family out on that team, and I think that's so cool to see.
He's doing great out front there. Victor doing a good job keeping up.
Unfortunately, it
Looks like Victor got caught in the smoke.
maybe got stuck in the smoke. You know, off track there.
Can't park there, Victor.
Crew finishes out the run.
That was a good lead run.
You can't park there. You really hit him with the you can't park there.
He was going the wrong way on track. Come
Hey
on.
Victor, whenever you want, just call me and I'll beat him up, dude. I'll just beat him up. Look, this
Crew.
guy, he's got fragile bones and he's made of dust, so he's a windstorm away from flying away. Okay.
So-
Crew looking very dominant out front.
I think they've been doing a lot of work on that car recently, so it's good to see things work out. And it
Yeah.
seems like him and the car are working well together.
You know, it sounds like him and his team did a head gasket this last Tuesday.
Wow.
The first time running this new tire, and you know, overall, it sounds like they're just adapting as a whole for this event, and
He's 15 years old and he's been drifting for 3 years.
Yeah.
that is insane.
We're seeing a lot more of that.
We're seeing more and more, you know, especially in these prime events, where I think that is the next generation of drifting.
Absolutely.
Me and you, we're crusty old men. You extra, but me, you know, I'm crusty. My bones don't work like they used to.
Hopefully Victor's got enough nitrous left in that bottle.
I have a feeling
Looks like
that
Crew's car was really fast.
Victor is about to really put on a show here. I think checkers or wreckers is what Victor's going to go for.
Gonna blow the floorboards out of that thing.
Yep, exactly. I think he's going to be, you know, putting that gas pedal through the floor and holding on to the hog.
Here we go.
All right, Victor Franco, crank the hog. Let's see you go.
Using the whole track for initiation. Way out there, really good. Good
Yeah,
initiation.
just as we expected. Feeling,
Crew's right there, putting the pressure on.
you know, Victor Franco really looking great out in the lead here. Looks like he found all the sauce.
Nice job,
Great job by Crew
Yep.
by avoiding that.
See, really, that's his parking spot. We should put his
You know,
name out there in the middle of the track.
You know, let's go park. You know, parking for Victor Franco.
That's a bummer to see. Victor, like I said, Victor's done really well here. It's not his first time at this track, so it makes me wonder if something's wrong with his car in that corner.
You know, maybe something's wrong. Maybe he's, you know, taking that next step up, right? So he's like, I need to develop the car. I'm driving a little different this year. Yada, yada, yada.
Yep, and it is official. Crew does take the win.
Congratulations, Crew.
Congrats.
Congrats.
His team works really hard. He's got his whole family behind
Yeah.
him.
They camp at the track. They make a whole weekend out of it. And
You
it's pretty awesome to see.
Congrats to Victor, too.
Yeah.
I know he has a smaller team, and he's giving it his all.
Yep.
Checkers or wreckers style driving
Yep.
out of Victor.
Yep.
And, you know, I feel like
He never goes half.
he knew that Crew was going to put on a fight, and I think he wanted to be there.
Who's up next here?
Okay, I think we are going to have.
This is Amanda Sorensen in the pink Air Force BMW with
Is that
Tyler
Amanda?
Downey.
Is that red?
Is that red or pink?
I'm going to step out.
It might be red. Yes, it is red. So that is actually Charles. So Charles is Brandon's crew chief. He is.
I've known Charles
Trying
for
to-
years. He's been a media guy since as long as I can remember, 100 years ago.
Yep.
And he's always behind the camera, and he's a driver also. And he said he wanted to be.
Okay,
He's a spotter.
we just heard
He's-
that he is
Brandon
the
spotter.
spotter.
Okay, he's
for,
Brandon's spotter in FD,
Brandon.
not his crew chief, his spotter.
So he knows everything he needs to about drifting, and he's doing really well behind the wheel of this car. So it's good
Yep.
to see him out here.
She grabbed her hands.
I'm excited to see where this goes.
They've swapped roles. Brandon is spotting for him today, right out here in the spotters tower. So Brandon Sorensen will not be driving today. He just practiced yesterday. And here they go. BMW out front. That Corvette's keeping up pretty well.
Yeah. Keeping great pace. You know, that lead line of the BMW is looking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Filling the zones completely, looking composed, being very smooth, keeping it on track.
Man, this is a good battle.
You know, I think this is a great, great battle. I'm excited for the second half of this battle.
Tyler did a great job there keeping up with a much faster car. Charles did everything he needed to, put it in the right spots.
I think Charles did a great job for giving Tyler the opportunity to
get in
get
the
onto
zone.
his door,
Yep.
get on the zone.
Good chase, yes.
You know, he was smooth, consistent.
Charles is supported by Tamiya Crawford Beauty and, of course, Sorensen Motorsports, driving that amazing machine that's allowing him to put on the smoke show.
And Tyler Downey is sponsored by himself, Downey Racing,
Sponsored by the man himself.
the man himself.
You know,
We have a question here. Should I let my husband drift his Lexus IS 300?
I will say that is absolutely a fantastic idea.
Absolutely.
If you can tell him, we got to trade, you got to be a hardworking man, you know? What else we got?
Up here, we had another question, but it looks like we are about to send the line, so we'll come back to it.
Shout out again to Jacob Taft there on the start line. All day out there starting.
In
I
the
asked him
sun.
yesterday how many times he dropped his arms
Yeah.
in these battles.
Was he counting?
Here we go. Tyler
Second
Downey out
half
front.
was bad. Straight line approach. Looking smooth.
Nice. That BMW looks huge behind the Corvette.
Tyler Downey doing a good job filling out the zone,
You
putting
know,
it where he needs to.
Beautiful job in the chase position, too. You can tell he's being aggressive enough, but he doesn't want to put himself into a poor position. Great work. Great
Good
work.
battle, exciting battle.
Yep.
Exciting battle. You know, smooth. You can tell we're starting to get into the battles. People are getting more comfortable. They're starting to figure out what setup they want to put into the car.
For as long as I've known Charles, I've never seen him compete. So it's exciting to
Really?
see him. Yeah, he's been around forever, and
I
You know,
wanna
he's
say
looking
I
like a
heard-
veteran in sport. He's
he is.
looking
He's
great.
yeah, he definitely knows what he's doing.
I
Yeah.
heard this is his second comp, and
Charles is going to get the win really quick. Charles does get the win. in that
Congratulations
battle.
there.
Congrats. You know, taking out Tyler Downey, I think one hell of a fight.
Absolutely. Tyler doing a great job. And sometimes you get out card, sometimes you get out driven, and I think this was a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Right? It was tough to keep up with a faster car with more grip and the smoke and everything. And
Well-
Charles did a great job driving too. And there was a lot to keep up with, a lot to hang with.
Yeah. Again, another guy that can go back to the garage and, you know, hit the drawing board and see how he makes his program better. You know, going against the Sorensens in general, they are well puzzled. That's the term I'm going to use, in the sense of they have a lot of experience. Speaking of experience,
we got two ladies at the line. You have Amanda Sorensen and Shelly
ladies.
Hansen.
This will be a good battle.
Yeah.
this will be a great battle. I mean, both
They're
of these
both
ladies are
fast.
in Pro Spec. They both have great teams behind them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Amanda has her brother Brandon. Shelly has husband Rudy,
Mm-hmm.
both in Pro 1. So I think it's going to be a very, very exciting battle here.
Lots of experience behind the wheels of both of these cars.
Both these cars are really fast.
Yeah.
Great drivers, both experienced.
Big horsepower.
Check those tires close, Jake.
Yeah. Make sure there's no funny games.
That's a lot of push-ups every day.
All right, the ladies take off, get through the chicane, coming down the straight.
Amanda up front, Shelly in the chase.
Smooth initiation, going all the way out to the zone. We got a
Big
little contact
contact.
there into outer
Didn't phase Amanda.
three. Amanda just stays in it. What a hero Amanda goes. You know, Shelly gets back
Nice.
onto the door and pressures her, you know, maybe trying to pressure a mistake or pressure something. We've
Yeah.
got goosebumps up here in the tower. That was an amazing
We
run.
talked about high risk, and that
High
was
risk.
that was risky.
I mean, that
They
was
left it all on
prospect.
the line.
Right, Shelly is a rising star, along with Amanda being the only female
To podium.
podium in FD history.
Yep.
And, you know, I think Shelly was kind of coming in for a, hey, I'm coming for you, Amanda.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
Amanda kept composed, and that was a fantastic battle.
Yep.
I am very excited to see what happens when the tables turn here, the second part of this battle. You know, I think Shelly's going to put it on. I think
both of them know that there's no maybes here. You got to be
there's no
110%.
maybes. Well, this is pro spec at this moment, you
Absolutely.
know. And,
And Shelly knew she had to apply the pressure, and it was just a little too much.
Yeah. And whether, you know, we'll see what the judges call as far as who was carrying what and who was doing what. Either way, both their cars looking phenomenal. great liveries. You know, Shelly being out there with the Rudy Hansen Mobile is how I'm going to call it. And
Both these cars are really fast. Both of them are,
Yeah.
are dialed in, good grip, fast cars.
I talked to Amanda this morning, and she was kind of making jokes about Cameron stealing some of her practice tires yesterday.
oh,
So-
the family battle. Right.
So Cameron got some more practice than Amanda did. But
Old Junior. He
old
needs
Junior
it though.
Junior just went ahead and stole her tires.
She's got a few years experience on him.
Yeah.
Yep,
Oh
she
yeah.
does. She does.
Well, oldest sister, doing it right.
Yep.
And you can tell with her driving, she's very committed. She's phenomenal. Let's see, second half of this battle. Shelly Hansen in the lead. Big flick initiation. Looking composed. Out back. Amanda Sorensen transitions through. You know, I like to see that Amanda is putting up the pressure because who knows what the spotters told her, right?
Yep. Yep.
That was a
You
great
can-
lead from Shelly. Good snappy transition.
That was a
She
great
was
lead.
everywhere she needed to be in the zones.
You can see that Hansen Mobile is just fast.
Yeah.
They figured that car out. It is fast. It is drivable. Shelly is a phenomenal driver out front. You know, I'm excited to see which way this battle goes, you know, depending on who got fault for the contact there. Either way, super cool to see both the ladies out there shredding. And
Amanda's really smooth in that BMW.
we
so-
will be seeing both of those ladies back here for Formula Drift.
in just a couple weeks.
I noticed Shelly was very precise on her initiation. She was hitting all the zones. She got out where she needed to be.
Looks like
She
we
made that
have-
mistake in her chase, but she was very good in her lead.
So it looks like Amanda is going to get the win. You know, unfortunately, I think Shelly just dove in a little too hard. Maybe took herself out, if you will.
Really exciting battles.
We're going to have the judge come in right here and explain that battle a little bit.
So both of those runs were like really beautiful, but it was like Shelly, because they both did the exact same thing on lead to lead. So if we judge lead to lead, they had the same run. But if you look at the follow, Shelly wasn't as composed as Amanda was on her follow coming into outer zone 3. You saw they both kind of had it slow down coming into outer zone 3, and then Shelly went off track, but Amanda kept it composed behind Shelly, but vice versa. When Amanda was in lead, Shelly went off track, and also Shelly did have an off track in turn 3, where Amanda did not, so we just gave
Yeah.
it to Amanda.
Okay,
Great battle.
thank you.
Thank you, Josh. That's our head judge, Josh Hadlock.
Okay. We got Josh Stewart and Nikita. Josh Stewart, another prospect driver in the C6 Stewart Fam Corvette.
Josh from Las Vegas and Nikita currently in Los Angeles.
I believe so. You know, both of these guys have very similar horsepower. They both have LS engines, you know, producing a bunch of horsepower. Remind me how much comp experience Nikita has.
He's still pretty fresh. Still
Yeah.
pretty fresh. He's
So-
a road racer and he's gotten into drifting, so
Yep.
This is his
Where
first
Josh
year
Stewart,
of drifting.
prospect drifter, you know, he had his first top 4 finish this year in Atlanta, moving up the ranks. And so let's see how this battle goes. Can, you know, Nikita take out Josh Stewart, or will Josh Stewart kind of hold his own, being the prospect driver he is?
I know Nikita didn't have a whole lot of practice yesterday. They were working out some engine bugs, so
Big flick initiation
very smooth.
by Josh Stewart. You know, filling the zones, just being exactly where he needs to be. Looking handsome as ever in that C6 coat. Filling all of outer 3. Good, smooth, aggressive flick into outer 4. Josh Stewart. Absolutely, you know, smoking out the track.
nice. That was awesome. Josh Stewart also did not have much practice yesterday. No practice, actually. He got in late last night.
Yeah, so he
So-
showed up this morning and just burned off a few tires, and he said, I'm just going to go for it. He had work last night. They drove through the night. He showed up.
And you were able to get some laps with him this morning, right?
I got 2 laps with him, and they were some of the funnest laps I had ever did before.
That was a beautiful lead run, putting on a clinic, as Jared says.
Putting on an
clinic.
absolute clinic.
He was
you
everywhere
know.
he needed to be. His initiation was really big, flick. Edge of track to edge of track, just
Just
perfect.
Right.
Really, really
so
good.
that's what we want to see.
Where was
up
that in
here.
qualifying?
You know, he was still practicing.
Still practicing.
He was still practicing. He needed that nap, right? Good job. First half of this battle. You know, I want to see how he does behind Nikita.
Yep.
You know, will Nikita just pull out the absolute James Dean monstrosity of a run and take out Josh Stewart?
OZ2 looks dusty on track. Yes, the drivers are kicking up a lot of dust, so hopefully their spotters are letting drivers know, hey, there's a lot of dust in these certain parts of the track. So, yes, sometimes that can disrupt the car.
All right.
How much does that disrupt the car? Did you drive over any dirt today?
Yes, the dirt is dirty for sure. So I didn't really drive much in the dirt, but I let Brandon Wicknick take my car out yesterday. And, you know, believe it or not, on his first lap, he 4 tires off, blew the bumper off. You know, I got dirt all in my carburetor and everything. We're still trying to financially recover. I'm going to have to send him the detail bill. Hey, Down Under, if you're watching this and want to sponsor a detail,
It's on him.
you could probably send the bill to Brandon Wicknick, you know.
The big thing is if we get rocks on the track, is we'll go sweep it. But a little bit of dust here and there, it gets knocked off pretty quick, and
Yeah.
it's not.
Especially with drifting, we always have tire marbles and everything, so
Right,
it's not
right.
as particular.
The rocks are the big thing, and we don't have any rocks out there right now.
Second half of this battle.
Got
Let's
Nikita out
go.
front.
Nikita out front, ripping through the gears. Looks like he does a rolling burnout into initiation. That was highly committed, highly sick. You know, it looks like Josh Stewart's just giving him a little space.
So far, this is the best run I've seen from Nikita this weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's really putting it on, like you said.
Absolutely. Looking
Wow.
phenomenal.
Stewart just right on him.
What a fantastic
Nice.
run.
Good job,
Very
guys.
good, very good. Sometimes that mental pressure, knowing you're going against someone who's,
Yeah.
You know?
You know, just not showing all your tricks in one go.
that was really good.
You know,
Yeah.
if the magician showed his best trick at the start of the show, no one would stay, right? And so I think he's just pulling out a bigger and bigger rabbit every single time.
That was a great battle.
Doing a fantastic job. Good job, Nikita.
Here comes our
Here comes the
Decision.
ruling. It sounds like Josh
Josh
Stewart's gonna
Stewart
get the
gets the
run,
win.
the win.
Good to see. Great job, Nikita. That
Yep.
was, like I said, that was the best run I've seen from him this weekend.
Phenomenal, really putting that
great.
car together.
Absolutely.
You know, I think from my point of view, it looks like Josh Stewart's lead. His lead was one of the best leads I've seen this weekend.
That's right.
And, you know, again, we've talked about it time and time before. The judges need to see a good lead for a good chase to be available.
Right.
And so, you know, potentially that's why he got the win, in my opinion. Also, Nikita, fantastic job.
Okay, next question. What, in your opinion, is the best chassis for FD?
The best chassis for FD. 2008 Dodge Ram 3500 Mega Cab 6. Y'all ever heard of the Mega Long? Okay. Mega Cab Long Bed Dually. All right. G56.
It's a
6
mega
points.
cab the long way.
It's a Mega Cab the long way. Okay. And I believe. Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay.
We've got Blaze Potts here. He came up from southern Utah, and he actually had a clutch failure last night, so he stayed up all night swapping his clutch out, so it's good to see him in the orange car there. And we've got Jacob from Canada. This is his second battle. Blaze got a bye run.
Blaze initiating, getting all on through the track.
Yeah. Blaze coming in hot.
You know, Blaze really was. Oh, look. Phenomenal. Using all of the track.
Jacob just staying right there with him.
You know, Jacob's really doing a good job mimicking what Blaze is doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Blaze is really using the edge of the track, and Jacob's staying wide. He's not shortcutting, whatever. Maybe could have used a little more proximity, right? But overall, really giving Blaze some work to do left
Absolutely.
on the second half of this battle.
I think Blaze has an advantage in horsepower a little bit there.
Yep. Yep.
Blaze also has years and years and years and years of experience driving.
Yep.
He's been-
Jacob
Yeah, he
just took a
used to
10-year
drift
break.
on the wagon wheel with you, right?
Right.
Back in horse and buggy days. You know, Blaze has earned his license 3 or 4 times, I think.
Yeah.
Between
Yep.
Pro-Am series,
Very well-seasoned
Prospect
driver.
series, well seasoned, and he just knows how to shred.
Yep.
Right.
Along with that,
Jacob, he took a 10-year break, and this is his debut back.
So he's not new to drifting, but he's getting back into drifting.
Yep.
And so he's a little dusty.
it's pretty much like you in the morning, just a little dusty, has to blow off the cobwebs every single day, and but overall, absolutely putting pressure on Blaze in the chase run. If I were Blaze's spotter, I would tell Blaze, he's got some work left for him for the second half of this battle.
Jacob's got a LS3, 450 horsepower. Blaze also has LS supercharged, right?
Yeah, Pro Charger.
Pro Charger.
Charger.
He's got the bro charger. Blaze is really good at really putting on the pressure when it's needed, so I'm excited to see what he does here.
Let's go Blaze.
Big
He's got a lot
flip.
of fans in the track in the chat.
Yep,
Big support for Blaze. Blaze catching up.
coming in. A little shallow there on the lead.
But
right.
Blaze was also shallow right there in his lead, so
Could have some more proximity there. Blaze having slightly more horsepower. I'd expect him to be a little
A
closer.
little closer.
He's not one to sandbag. You're right. I don't think he's sandbagging. It might just be,
It might just be the setup, right? It might be,
maybe he loosened up
maybe you loosened it up. I
and a
mean,
little too much.
that's the game we
It's
play
the
here in competition drifting. Shout out to Blaze either way for getting that car put together. Shout out to myself for
Yeah.
Looks like that clutch
I'll
is putting
shout
in
you
work.
out.
That,
Shout out Jerry
that
for
clutch seems
supplying
like
the clutch.
It's holding on. Blaze, I love you. Love you
Yeah.
to death. I'd love to see you go. Whatever
Yeah.
happens, though.
Blaze showed up to the drivers meeting full black, all the way to his elbows. So
From
Yeah,
working.
He was
From
all
working
greased
on-
up.
on the clutch
He had
overnight.
bags under his eyes.
I love seeing that in the drift community is that everybody helps everybody. There's no,
Yep.
oh, you don't have a clutch. I'm gonna make sure you fail.
Yeah,
you want to help the guy get to the line, and you want to beat him the right way.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And it pays off because that's just what it takes here in the competition drifting series.
Keeping the cars together is 50 to 60, 70% of making this happen,
Well,
right?
it's also
Yeah.
like who wants, right? If there wasn't competition, then you're not competing.
Right.
And so you have to have someone to beat.
You want to stand on the podium with champagne and you
No,
you didn't take a single lap?
just alone.
Everybody
right?
broke, I win.
Oh yeah.
Looks like we're gonna have it one more time.
Cool,
Okay.
awesome.
So
I think
one-
that's a fair call.
One more time.
I was gonna say I didn't know which way to lean on that, judging wise.
Yeah.
That clutch
It was
is
a
getting a
tough-
little
tough
more
fight.
use out of it, huh? I'm gonna have to repo that thing at the end of this weekend, I'm going for a clutch repossession. He doesn't make his payments. So we got Cameron Sorensen versus Tanner Walters. I think this will be a big horsepower battle in the sense of Cameron, upwards of 700-800 horsepower. Tanner Walters, I think, making 450 to 500. Tanner Walters, though, has more experience on this track, being that he has actually podiumed here.
Right.
He is coming kind of for the defending back-to-back, being that both Rome and who took second? I forgot who took second.
Last year.
Victor.
Last event.
The Victor?
No, it was Weislide. I forget. his
Oh,
name.
you're right. Nate
Okay,
Haas.
so Cameron out front, really, composed. We got a big off by Tanner Walters.
Now we can't see. He was pretty fast,
An
so I hope he
absolutely
didn't go into the wall.
Nasty transition by Cameron. Junior, absolutely throwing it in the lead.
Did he go into the wall?
Wondering-
Nope, he's driving. Oh.
Potentially he was trying the Victor Franco line.
That's Victor's parking
That's
spot.
where his parking spot is.
Yeah.
It looks like his front washed out. He was, he might
Well,
have gripped up the back quite a bit. And
I bet you he gripped it up to keep up with him.
Yeah,
And we talked about it earlier, and that is one of the potential problems of overgripping the car. You no longer have a drifting car, but you have a drag racing car.
Yep.
So you go to turn, and you just ain't turning, boss.
Another thing is if you don't practice with that setup, you may not know. You can't lift like you would normally or whatever it is, and maybe that's what happened is he knows he has to keep up with a faster car.
Absolutely.
Yep.
But that is the risk, because it's either that or you just get gapped and you drive onto the trailer sad.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's better checkers or wreckers,
Right.
and hey, I went and gave it my all. I know I need to do X, Y, and Z to the car. But
Now,
mom ain't raised nothing, you know?
Cameron, being a younger driver, maybe is not as experienced following a slower car.
Correct?
He's a great driver, but
know.
there's something to be said about years and years of experience. So
Exactly.
we'll see how he does. I'm excited to see how this goes.
We will see. Knowing, Brandon and the Sorensen family, they have done much research on the battle they have.
He's got a lot of sim experience too, right?
A lot of
Yes.
sim experience. So let's see what happens on the second half of this battle. I think it's not put away for either one of them, right? But I'm excited to see what Tanner Walters can do out here in the lead. You know,
Where's that beep?
all right, leaving the line, Tanner Walters out front, charging down the back straight.
Stall?
Are they going slow? Something's wrong.
Something looks to be broken with Tanner Walters' car. He did
Oh, bummer.
not initiate. Potentially, maybe he broke a transmission. Maybe that's why he went off in his chase.
Maybe he felt something when he took off on the line.
He's idling through the course. We got Junior just being a wild animal.
He wants some action.
I think you need to
Yeah.
give him the Sorensen sibling name rundown.
They're gonna have to find that out on their own.
Oh, okay, never mind.
They'll catch on as they go throughout life. All right. We
Well,
can't-
your first hint is Cameron. We call that boy Junior.
Junior.
There's no hints here. Just pure facts.
Well, that's a bummer for Tanner. I don't see
Yeah.
this going any other way than he didn't run his run.
You
It's a
know,
bummer.
so as far as point standings go, maybe Tyler Downey is excited about this. If Cameron gets the win here, which he most likely will, they both get knocked out in similar times.
Right,
So
right.
the overall points championship of the series, you know,
Is now the time to have the Jay-Z versus V8 conversation?
so Cameron
Yes.
officially gets the win there.
Congratulations, Cameron.
So V8 versus Jay-Z, well, there's just not a debate. That's why I'm laughing, because it's just not a debate. I got a question, okay? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm not ready either, actually. I'm actually thinking about the question.
Okay.
So I want to know, Jay-Z versus V8, what horsepower are we talking?
That does make a difference.
That does make a
Does
difference.
make a difference. You're right.
You know,
Does the
because
Jay-Z cap out at a certain point?
The Jay-Z, you just turn the boost up. You can have a stock block, you just keep turning it up. Bigger turbo, more fuel. With
Okay.
a V8, you got to start putting cams and heads and all sorts of stuff, supercharger, turbo to make that happen.
But then past a certain horsepower number, it goes the other way.
There's no limit. Jay-Z's did no limit.
No limit?
limit.
No limit. You've never had any issues, huh?
I don't know about that.
Is it making power or is it reliability?
Well, okay, there's a different conversation too, which is about your torque band, right? Different drivers like your power to come on differently, and so turbo versus non-turbo, that's a whole other conversation, right?
Yeah.
All right, back to this battle. Colette Davis out front.
Jay-Z
Gabriel.
versus V8.
Jay-Z versus V8. Let's see what happens
You have
right here.
Gabriel Beaurivage.
Now, I wouldn't say this is just any Jay-Z. This is the Colette Davis with the, Colette or the Shredder compound. She's running her prospect season program. Looking phenomenal out front. You know, that lead run right there shows you that she's in prospect and she deserves to be there. You know,
Absolutely.
filling all the zones, looking very composed, doing what she needs to as a lead driver.
And it looks like Gabe was trying to keep up. I think it's one of those where there's a huge horsepower and grip disparity.
Yep, and that's where kind of the setup thing goes and experience, right? I know.
mean, we worked through that last year.
I know that
to this year.
Colette has a lot of experienced people behind her
Right.
that are helping her set up the cars, and maybe her spotter's been taking notes and whatnot. I'm not saying Gabe doesn't know that stuff, right? Gabe wasn't far off in his chase.
Yeah.
He was still there. He didn't make any big mistakes. This could go either way. Gabe's car is actually very fast in the lead. And so I was impressed. I did a practice run with him yesterday and was impressed with his driving and his lead run he gave me.
Gabe has a Mast motor 466. about 650 horsepower. So it's definitely no slouch at all. It's a fast car.
Yep. You know, making, I think, 700 horsepower. Very similar styling. I don't know where I've seen that before, but like GT86 6 with the filter out the hood.
He runs Spec D in Canada, ND Drift, North Dakota, Evergreen Drift. So he's been around this year.
Yep, he's out for his license. He wants to earn the comp experience. He wants to join all the rowdy people in Prospect. Out there in the lead, just running the very edge of the track, just getting nasty with it.
Nice. Colette just right there with
is
him.
doing great, applying the pressure in the chase position. You know, not taking herself out again.
Gabe did a great job in the lead there.
He really did. He
You know,
really
I don't
did.
know which way this will go.
I have to
because
say, I think Colette had a better chase.
both,
Yeah.
I do believe that Colette had a little better chase. I think both their lead runs were phenomenal.
Yes.
You know, great work from both the drivers.
We're getting to the exciting battles. Getting to top 8, top 4. You get
Yeah.
Yep.
the cream rises to the top.
Yep. We do have we are waiting for another one more time battle, correct? We will be running
Yes, with,
with,
I forgot. Blaze and
yes.
Colette. So Colette is going to get the win there. Colette gets the win. She's going to move on to our next round of battles. Congratulations. You know, Gabe was looking good all weekend. I think Gabe has a great seat under his bottom to carry on momentum into whatever series he goes to next.
The one more time we're waiting on is Blaze and Jacob.
Okay.
Blaze
I
and
believe
Jacob.
that's our last battle of top 16, correct?
Correct.
Then we'll be into the grade 8.
You know, talking to Gabe, he's a great guy, and they, as a whole team, are very motivated to keep going. And so I know they're going to put it all together eventually one day. Congrats to Colette. You know, they had their motor out in the pits in St. Louis.
Yeah,
believe it or
they
not.
did.
And they were just, you know, I think her old motor was down on compression or whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
pesky 2J stuff. I don't know. Don't ask me. Always swapping it out. Always working on those gum-dum
You
things.
still on your first motor, Jerry?
No, but that was because I like to party.
Okay.
Okay. I think that's a Jerry thing, not
Okay,
an engine
alright,
thing.
okay.
Dude, if I were to do anything that I do to that engine to you, dust.
Hey, look, there's a battle coming up.
Oh, battle. Okay.
He's trying to distract from
Absolutely.
this argument.
Okay, I think this will be an exciting battle. We got Charles, correct?
Yep, Charles
Am I saying that
and
Charles and Crew.
Charles and Crew.
So, spotter to Brandon Sorensen and Crew, the 15-year-old Drift, Utah man. You know, Crew has their whole family out here watching and supporting. They kind of work as a team. I love to see it. But same with the Sorensens. They are all out here,
Yeah,
you know, cheering
both
on
very,
one another.
very family oriented as well.
They
They got a ton of support.
they put Charles in one of those cars and letting him
him rip.
loose. They're letting the guy loose right
They
now.
are. They
And
really
he's doing
are.
great.
Fantastic job. We are in top 8 right now.
Ooh.
Right?
It looks like Crew's backing out. I wonder if we might be having a 5-minute call. Waiting to hear from our judges. Are we getting a 5?
All
Okay.
right, so confirmed. Crew is calling a 5-minute timeout.
Also waiting for Blaze and Jacob's time for
Okay. Looks like we need Blaze and Jacob to the line for their one more time battle. A 5-minute call was called, so that is our next battle before we can move on.
Backup Jay-Z
Let's
teaching
see.
V8 a lesson.
See if we
Questionable,
got any
okay.
questions in here.
Oh, we're going down. We got all the beef down there. Jay-Z wins. V8 problems. Dang. All you pesky Jay-Z guys, dude. So, if you were trying to make top tier horsepower for Pro
Jay-Z,
1,
all day, Jay-Z.
you do a Jay-Z.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yep. Now, if we're talking 4 or 500, that's where the conversation is you know.
I think it's the opposite for me.
Okay.
If I only wanted 4 or 500, I think I would go JZ. But then I think you need too much work. Because you need billet mains, and you need a crank, and you need, you have to build them up big.
Okay.
And I'm worried about the reliability. Do they stay reliable for as long as the V8
There is something to be
does?
said about horsepower per cylinder. You got 8 cylinders, you're spreading that load out over 8 instead of 6, right?
Yep.
But, iron block, inline,
Yeah,
Heavy.
well,
Pesky.
well,
Not heavy, pesky.
Maybe both.
I think for 500, right? I know you've had engines in the past that just live at 500 for a long, long time.
yeah.
Let's see what we have going on in the chat. What about a
R5P7 overall, okay. I like that guy.
agree with that?
Brian, you're a good guy. NAV8 with nitrous is king. I don't have nitrous. I think nitrous is pesky.
I
But
don't know
I
if
want
I'd go
nitrous.
saying that because we want it.
Well,
How do you do that with the carburetors?
I just
Just,
I can barely see through these Pit Vipers anyways. Speaking of Pit Viper has sponsored today along with Cage Kits. Along
Yep.
with that, Zestino Tires, Candid Tires, Burt Brothers Motorsport, Burt Brothers Motor Park,
Down Under Detailing.
Down Under Detailing,
SVG, SFG wraps.
all along this.
And
Casey,
Setup.
we have the battle lined up. We are missing runs right now. Going down.
Oh, Blaze Pots.
Forget
here's
out
our one more
front.
time of Blaze and Jacob.
Blaze out front.
Good
This
eyes,
is the
Jerry.
one more time.
We were
Yeah.
chit-chatting, missing the battle.
It was for the sponsors, so we got to do what we can, everybody.
Blaze doing a great job out front.
Yeah, he's throwing down some
Phenomenal
smoke.
lead run right now. It looks like he took a little bit of grip out of that car, and it's just saucing right now. Give
Jacob catching up at the end there. Jake was a little off at the front.
Well,
the
I
beginning.
think Jacob did a great job that whole time with keeping up and keeping composed.
That wasn't 5 minutes. How was that 5 minutes?
That was a great work. Great work. Clutch holding. Everything
Clutch
looking
is
good.
holding up.
Yeah.
Clutch is holding on.
Yeah.
Jacob not letting Blaze off easy, for sure. You guys are gonna have to forgive us for missing the launch of that battle. Things happen.
No, he's runner.
We got a rogue media guy.
We got a runner.
He's rogue!
He's off the reservation.
All right, let's see. RB, the way to go. I'm not gonna comment.
NALS.
We won't entertain
with
that argument.
heads
Yeah, we don't need
And
to
lots
like.
of grip.
Blaze dropped the tire in the first zone.
Well, let's run it back and see how Jacob does out front.
Let us go. Let us go. I touched my glasses and they're just all muggy.
Ooh,
Can't
I
see
got
anything
glasses
now.
cleaner right over
We're
there.
gonna need that.
Here we go.
Okay.
Jacob throwing it in. Oh, Blaze getting risky.
Ooh.
Blaze
Blaze right
is
on
throwing
in.
it in hard. Dives to the door again. Blaze wants it.
Jacob's on a good line out front.
The zones transitions into zone 4. Looking composed, looking good.
Do you think they would run this one more time?
I'm not sure. I think it might go one more time.
I don't know. That was so good.
So what I noticed there is it looked like Blaze was carrying more angle, which was causing him to let Jacob pull away a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is impressive to hold more angle, but you have to keep up with the lead driver. If he's pulling away, you got to shallow up and chase him. So
Absolutely. I think Jacob was a little shallow in his initiation, which maybe threw Blaze off, but
Right.
Blaze corrected and caught back up. And then, really put on the proximity into outer zone 3.
I don't see a clear winner on that one.
I do not see a
No.
clear winner. Blaze's lead run to me, in my eyes, was very good.
Right.
His lead run was dynamic. It was smooth. Again, we got to leave the door open for a good chase.
Right.
Now, I don't know what the judges have seen or are going to say about it.
They have a bit of a advantage in the view compared to us. So
Yes,
Right.
we,
The judges are watching the track from over the edge.
Yeah.
here
we
on.
get to just see these pesky old little monitors.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
And the judges are reviewing, so if you guys can't see what's going on, but the judges are watching the live stream and they can go back and review the footage for their replays.
Yep.
So they can actually go see what you guys saw, and
Yep.
they can see it live by
Yep.
looking from the vantage point up here in the tower.
Yep.
What we missed.
You know, it looks like the judges are trying
hard
to
debate.
check the replays, gonna
I think we've got a decision.
get a decision here.
She's gonna flash you.
It looks like
Blaze.
Blaze is going to get the win there. You know, again, in my opinion,
I would love to hear from Josh Hadlock if he can hear me. Can you make your way in here and explain that to us, Josh?
I think they're late.
Oh, maybe we can't do that.
Late.
We gotta watch this next battle.
You slowed it down.
Nope. Nope. Josh, he needs to judge.
Holding the start. Looks like we're holding the start for a sec. Can you explain that real quick?
So long story short, the first run wasn't like, it was kind of inconclusive just because like both follow runs were pretty terrible, but like lead runs, we weren't completely set on them because Jacob had a great lead run and then so did Blaze. So, but if you negate the follow run and then just go lead to lead, Blaze moved on. But also what Blaze was doing, following the correct line, and Jacob just wasn't doing that on his follow for sure.
Yeah.
So Blaze was following the correct line on the lead. Wait, sorry, I'm trying to watch this one at the same time.
That's all right. We got Charles out front and Crew in the back.
Charles doing a great job. Ooh, he's got one tire off. Charles doing a great job out front.
Yeah. it was
Yep.
Really pushing the edge of that track.
But just finishing what I was saying with Blaze and Jacob, just we weren't really conclusive on both. Like they both had good lead runs on their first run, but on their second one more time battle, Jacob was really shallow offline and kind of forced Blaze into a bad position. But Blaze on his follow run was still on the correct line and was following a little bit better. But I just kind of negated the follow run and you go lead to lead, and Blaze definitely got it from there. But it still was doing better in a follow too. So.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Josh.
okay, second half of this battle. It looks like the start of that. What did you guys see?
Crew was up there. He was
Yeah.
in the game.
Crew was
Charles
right in the
doing,
game.
doing what he does. Charles, we know he knows how to drive that car.
You know, Charles did what he has been doing, which is put on a great lead. Crew was able to keep up for one, and for two, apply the pressure, right?
They both have awesome cars.
I'd be interested to
Both
know what
set up
that
pretty
5-minute
well.
call was about from a technical standpoint.
Yeah.
I wonder if they made a change
If
or if they
anyone
had
in
to
the
fix
chat,
something.
if anyone in the chat knows,
Tell the secrets. What
tell
happened
the
to Crew's
secrets.
Team Colette.
What do you think,
Crew's
Jerry?
an animal. wish we
15.
could see the
15 years
bracket.
old, Crew is.
Do
Impressive.
we have a live bracket, correct?
Yes. Brandon
Yes.
has the live
Yep.
bracket on his
Okay,
phone.
so Sean Turpin, there is a live bracket on Drift Buffet Facebook.
car? Drift Buffet USA Facebook group.
Yep,
All
the
right,
Facebook
second
group,
half of
not
this
the
battle.
page.
Crew up front, flick initiation.
Beautiful.
It's entered perfect one. Looking good. Charles with a mistake in the chase.
Crew did do a big handbrake though. That was a big handbrake
Yeah.
extension. Might have thrown Charles off a little bit.
Now he just comes right on him.
Very good battle.
Yeah, that's going to be another tough one to see if Crew was pulling the handbrake a little much, and that's what disrupted Charles, or if Charles was just offline.
It was a bit of an awkward slowing there, but not any more than Shelly did earlier, which you should be able to account for that as a chase
I
driver.
mean, that is a decel zone, correct? I know we don't have a track map, but
Right, that is somewhere. I mean, you have to adjust your line there. And
yeah.
Maybe Charles was pushing a little too hard. He kind of
You
got
know,
in there and
In my opinion, it looked like Charles was just had the whole can of beans open. Not a big enough spoon, right? You know, but that's what it takes. That's what this
Right.
takes to
risky.
get wins.
We talk about risky. That's
Yeah.
You know.
You got to go for risk. You got to want it. You whatever.
Yep. And it looks like Crew
is
gets the
going to
win.
get the win. You know, unfortunately,
Sometimes the risk doesn't pay off.
sometimes, but you know,
That's why it's a risk.
on these big jobs, that's going to happen.
Yep.
And
Congrats, Crew.
congrats
Great
to
showing from
Crew.
Charles.
You know, Charles, his lead runs were some of my favorite all weekend.
Yep.
He just composed. He would throw it in. He set it. He's on throttle. He's not all over the place. His angle is set. he looks like I would have the most fun chasing.
Yeah.
And so, pat yourself on the back there, and
It's good showing for him and the Sorensen Motorsports crew.
Yep.
Tamia Crawford beauty. Good to see him out here doing his thing.
Yep. We will.
Okay,
See
are we
him
on to
again
the grade
soon.
8 now?
Yes.
So we finished,
Some of these battles were already graded.
they were already grade 8. Okay.
Let me see where we're at in the bracket here.
So now we have Amanda and Josh Stewart.
So the left side of our Final Four bracket is going to
Is
be
already set?
Colette Davis versus Crew.
Okay.
And so now we're battling the right side of the bracket to line up the other side of our Final Four.
So we will have 2 BMWs on our final 4.
That's right.
Okay, we have quite the run right here. Amanda, is that Amanda? Correct.
Yes, that's Amanda.
Amanda Sorensen and Josh Stewart. I think.
Both of them from Las Vegas, right? Sorensen's in
Yeah.
Vegas, or they're in
Yes.
Utah now?
Yes,
They're in Vegas.
Vegas.
Yep.
Both from Las Vegas. Both have pro spec experience. Let's see who will get this win. Big flick into outer one. Josh Stewart right on the door, transitioning through the smoke. Diving in on the door, Josh Stewart.
Wow,
Let's go.
Josh.
Amanda Sorensen right on the edge of the track.
Nice.
Using the whole entire track, doing an absolutely phenomenal lead run. Josh Stewart dives through the smoke, gets right onto the door.
That is
Holy
what we're
crap.
here
What an
for,
exciting
ladies
battle.
and
That
gentlemen.
was,
Nice.
that was easily one of the most exciting runs of the day.
Yeah, that was
Amanda
awesome.
Sorensen with a fantastic lead. Josh Stewart, fantastic chase. Really
Great proximity.
just using the whole track.
Whole track. He paid for the whole track.
I bet
gonna
you
use
they
the whole thing.
I
He's
bet
gonna
you
use
they
the
were
whole
floored
thing.
the whole time. It was great reads. I saw a little bobble in the chase, and then he quickly corrected. He read what Amanda was going to do. Amanda filled the whole zone, carried speed,
She did what the lead driver is supposed to do. Is give
quickly
the
flicked.
chase driver an opportunity to chase a good lead.
There's
run.
Josh
So,
Stewart waving a little bit.
Yeah,
You know.
Josh.
What I love about both these two is they both are out there having a good time.
Yep.
Always have a smile on their face, always happy to be in the car. You can tell that both of these, they deserve to be here. Working hard, doing what they need to do. If I were both their spotters, I would say, run number 2, really just floor it.
Yeah, both of
Yeah.
them just need to floor
Get
it.
that wagon turning,
Yep.
stoke the coal.
So this is basically FD Pro Spec practice for FD in a month. Yes, a lot of these Pro Spec drivers don't need to go to Seattle, so they are dropping their trailers and they get the opportunity to kind of set up their car and make adjustments if needed.
We got
yeah.
we got a dirt tornado in the back there.
Yep.
I wouldn't say that's a tornado, but I think we could at least say
I see
dust devil.
houses being ripped out of the ground.
Yeah, I'm just, let's
Hold on
keep
to
it
your
what it
Jerry
is.
got hit by one when he was on track this morning.
No, it was great. I had no issues.
My
So-
cameras.
Now we got Josh up front.
Exciting second half of this battle. We will now have Josh Stewart in the lead. Amanda giving chase.
Both really good drivers. I don't imagine we'll see much mistakes. It's going to be.
No, it's
I
going to
think
be
we're going to
tough.
see splitting hairs here.
Yep.
Well, I think one of them will have to make a mistake or else it's going to go one more time.
Yeah.
Because
I could watch that again.
Yeah.
I would love to. Big flick, initiation. Amanda gets right on the door. Again, both of them just doing
Wow.
exactly what they need to do. Maybe
Amanda, a little bobble,
Little mistake.
but that's right where Josh had his
slight
bobble.
mistake in the lead by Josh Stewart. Still flicks into outer four.
Nice,
Phenomenal.
guys.
Amanda's right there.
Both these cars are firing off, smoking out the track. The crowd is on their feet. We are going wild.
Yeah, that was awesome. I wouldn't mind a one more time right there.
I think I know who won it.
What's your opinion?
Well, you know, so Amanda in her transition into 3 in the chase had that slight bobble where Josh Stewart was a little more composed the whole time. I think, to me, Amanda's lead was a little more exciting. I mean, she was on the very edge of the track.
Right.
Outer 3, and, you know, she had a very aggressive flake. I'm going to give it to Josh Stewart just because of that chase mistake. However, Amanda's lead was phenomenal. I don't think she should, you know, have her head let down or anything.
Yeah, that was
Fantastic
just
work.
great on both ends.
However, let's see what the judges have to say. We just get this visor view is what we're going to call.
One more time. One more time. Let's see it.
One more time. One more time. Do it and you're cool. You know, I think the judges are biting their nails right now.
Yep. They're watching it back over and over again.
Like I say,
We're getting one
a
more
lot of
times in the
aggression.
chat.
A lot of aggression in Amanda's lead. It was very cool to see Amanda's lead, and it was cool to see Josh Stewart put on the pressure
Yeah.
for that.
Yep.
You know, to apply the pressure and to realize, okay, I'm getting a good lead, I'm going to go for it.
The results are in.
Now, it does sound like Josh Stewart is going to get the win.
Josh Stewart wins.
Yeah.
Josh Stewart wins,
Okay.
and, you know, unfortunately, I think that bobble is just a little too much for the judges in their view. I want to remind you guys that that corner right there is where the judges directly look. And so any kind of bobble and big mistake there could easily, you know, turn a judge's head one way or the other.
Yeah. I think we're going to try to get a judge up here to just give us that nice cut, clear answer of.
If we can, let's hold. Okay.
Oh boy, was that a doozy.
Oh boy,
If
that
we
was
didn't
tough.
have this right here and the live stream you're watching, I don't think we would have been able to make that call. Ultimately,
Yeah.
it was like we went back and watched run back to back.
Uh-huh.
You can see like lead to lead, they had like the exact same perfect run. It
Mm-hmm.
was like 100% score. But if you look back, Josh was closer.
Uh-huh.
There is a bobble on Amanda's follow coming in from into the outer zone 3.
Okay.
She bobbled on his, but Josh was already on the line. He had a better line on the follow than she did, if you look back
Okay.
and see. And she just
Yeah.
and both lead runs were perfect. But
Yeah.
like when it comes
Oh,
back
it
to that
was so
follow
close.
run, and
Yeah.
just Stewart just like he parked that car right where he needed to.
Yeah.
The proximity was right where it needed to be. I would like to see him a little bit closer through the first half of the course, but they literally like both
Were
their
the
follow
same.
runs were the same, but Josh had a better line, so we just gave the win to Josh.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Josh. Okay, now we have Cameron Sorensen, the younger brother of Amanda, and Blaze Potts. So, 13-year-old Cameron Sorensen will be leading first.
This is like the cool uncle and the kid.
You can call it that.
Time for them to battle. Let's watch Cameron out front. Big initiation.
His
Looking
car is
good.
fast.
Starts
Blaze is
firing.
staying.
Blaze is right there with him.
Right there with him.
He knows he got to stay in the pocket to
Oh,
not get caught in
the
the smoke.
contact. Blaze goes off the track.
That didn't disrupt Cameron too much, maybe a little.
Blaze was getting really aggressive there.
Now
Cameron,
we-
unfazed.
Unfazed. Now we do have to go see if
Maybe Cameron slowed up.
Cameron slowed up.
Not sure. I mean, now, Blaze was extremely aggressive.
Aggressive, absolutely.
I think Blaze knew that maybe he had a
had
little
to
less
just-
horsepower and a little less whatever, so he probably chose just checkers or wreckers.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure he gripped his car up like we were talking
I'm
about.
sure he gripped it up.
That makes it a little bit harder to drive like that. You know, if you get in a sticky situation, there's not a lot of options.
You know, and that's the game of competition drifting.
Right.
And that's why when teams are on and you're on one, right? And you know, but the battle's not over. Anything could happen here. Cameron still has to chase Blaze. So let's see what happens.
Where's
on the
Blaze
second
at?
half of this battle? Let's see, is Blaze going to look over his car quickly?
It's very possible he bent a
It
tie
is
rod or has
possible.
something. It looked to me like probably wheel-to-wheel contact.
Yeah, it does look like there was quite the hit.
I imagine Cameron might
it
want to go
looks
look
like-
at his car too.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to be letting them go check out their cars. So we will run the next battle, which is that Crew and Colette. Crew and Colette for the final 4. So this is a top 4 battle. Whoever wins this will be in the finals. So we have 2 BMWs against each other.
Do you remember round 1? Where did Crew finish round 1? I think
Don't
it
ask me that.
Okay. If I remember right, it was somewhere in the top 8, maybe top 4. Either way, I think, Crew, they had their car torn apart. They did a head gasket this week. He's back on track.
He's driving much better this round than I've seen him drive any other
Yeah,
round.
Yep,
he's
so
looking
whether
really dialed in the car.
Whether it's in his driving or his car, whatever that is, I think he's got the skill. I think they're just fine tuning the car. And it's just,
Absolutely.
when things come together and work well,
Well, the whole program is what this takes.
absolutely.
You can't have a cowboy without a horse. And you got to just keep her on the road, right? I don't know. You can't have a horse without a cowboy. I don't know. Horses, they don't run. You need both to have a successful drift program. You need the whole gig, and that's what Crew, I think that's what they're mastering. That's what
Yeah.
they're working on.
Absolutely.
Again, they're going against Colette Davis right now.
Who
And
has a lot of
she's
experience.
basically a cowboy,
Yeah.
right? She's ready to ride the horse. She's got the horse. She's ready to go.
A lot of horsepower.
Colette Davis out front. I expect to see a beautiful lead run right now. Throws it in, carrying great speed, great angle, little bobble.
Crew's falling back a little
You
bit.
can see that she has a lot of speed in that car.
Crew catching up, taking a bit of a shot.
It's a lot of work
line.
for Crew to be able to catch up there, but he's
Yeah.
doing a good job of cutting through there, and
Yeah.
he has to cut the line a little bit. He's holding it together.
He is.
I really like that transition from Colette Davis all day long.
Yes.
From 3 to
Yes.
4.
Yep.
It's committed. There's a lot of throttle. They're
Yep.
really getting after
That's
it.
one of the more exciting parts of this track. If you nail it, it looks really good.
It looks fantastic, right? Crew, might have not had enough horsepower to keep up. Maybe took a little different line, but overall, he stayed in the picture. He's not out of the picture. I
Right.
think second half of this battle will be exciting.
Yeah, so in the reverse of that, Colette is going to have to chase a slower car, which
Yep.
sometimes can be trickier than a faster car. So,
Especially those pesky 2Js.
Both of these cars are turbo inline 6-cylinder.
Yep, and they're both BMWs. And, they are driving well, both of them. Do you know which tire they are both running? I think
Yes,
Colette is running GT Radial, being one of
300
her.
tread wears.
Yeah, the 300 treadwears, being it's one of her sponsors.
Right.
Crew
Yep.
is running, I believe, Zestinos,
And this is his first time
Also a
on
great tire.
Zestinos.
also a great tire,
Yep.
right? But a little bit difference. They're not on the same tire.
Right. Right.
Similar cars. I do think Colette's making more horsepower than Crew
Right.
by 100 or so.
right.
But still, Crew and their whole team and family keep putting on more and more pressure.
Yeah,
Right.
we do
For
want
us
to give a
pesky
shout out
prospect
to
drivers.
Colette Davis's sponsors. Her sponsors have made it to the Final Four with her. We got Fitment, G-Technic, BC Racing, and GT Radial. So shout out those guys.
Yep, getting Colette down the track
Yep.
and keeping her on track, and her awesome crew, right, for swapping motors and driving it all the way across the country.
Man, they really are just putting in the hours.
It was impressive. Her chassis was totaled, and they swapped everything over.
In 11 days.
That's
Well, just
impressive.
1
The
week ago,
whole
we
new
saw her
car.
across the country, east
Yep.
of the Mississippi.
Here we go. Crew throwing it in. Great initiation.
Yep, Colette putting on the pressure right away, drops into formation.
Great lead line from Crew
Colette
there.
right
He's
there.
really doing what he needs to right now.
Maybe pulling Colette a little bit. Colette seems to reel him back in, dives through the smoke, and
wow.
what a beautiful
Wow.
chase, what
Wow,
a beautiful lead.
nice.
Absolutely phenomenal. That is
That's a great run.
great work by both of those drivers. no matter which way this battle goes, I don't think either one of them should hang their head low.
No.
Because both of them put up an absolute fight.
Yep.
Fantastic work by both of them. And,
Another hard one to judge.
you know, let's see which way the judges
Yeah.
go for this fantastic battle of the pesky inline turbo sixes.
I think Crew did a great job on his lead there.
Yep.
Colette had a better follow, I think, but Crew really pulled it out and put on a great show out front.
Well,
Gave
so-
her something amazing to follow.
Again, it's about experience, right? So maybe Colette just had a little more experience in the chase, maybe this or that. I don't really know if it was a car thing. Either way, like I say, fantastic job by both of those drivers.
Yep.
Putting on a show, an absolute clinic.
An absolute clinic.
It's impressive to have a car with so much horsepower do so many consecutive laps without having problems.
Yep.
That's a shout out to the crew. And, you know,
Shout out to
and-
the pesky 2Js. You know,
We had a
keeping it on.
question. Are the chase drivers allowed to jump the line? Yes.
Yes. So chase drivers can leave when they want to, and you know, lead drivers cannot jump the line.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think they're doing very many deductions on the chicane and all that kind of stuff here. But
And it looks
so
like
it looks like Colette is going to get the win. You know,
Good battle.
congrats.
Good battle.
Congrats to Colette for driving as well as she has this weekend. Congrats into getting into the finals.
Yep.
And like we talked about, it's great for someone like Crew being so young to
Yep.
be able to battle someone who has, you know, the accolades that she does.
Well, again, right, she's doing well in Prospect. She's sitting, I think, 7th in Prospect her rookie year. On top of that, you know, overall, just a lot of experience out of her. She's driven with a lot of very talented drivers over there on the East Coast, down at the compound, all sorts of events in Orlando and whatnot. And overall, I just want to say, you know, congrats to Crew for putting up a fight.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So he will get at least 4th place.
I believe so.
Correct.
Where did
Correct.
he qualify?
I'll have to look at that.
Blaze bowed
For
out.
clutch?
So Cameron's.
Okay.
Okay.
So it looks like Blaze will be bowing out. So Cameron will get the win for that battle, but they will not have him run a buy run just to keep the stream going.
So again, Blaze is bowing out of competition in their battle with Blaze and Cameron.
Okay.
They had contact and Blaze is unable to fix his car. So Cameron is going to move on.
So that will put Cameron and Josh Stewart up next for the Final Four battle.
Yes. So we will
So-
wait for that. I think Cameron is currently looking over his car to make sure it is ready for battle.
So Colette is in the finals since
Colette's
she
in
won
the
that. So
finals.
she
She's
will go
locked in.
against Josh Stewart or Cameron Sorensen, whoever
So
takes
here's my
that
question
one.
for
No,
you.
I got a question for you, Jerry.
No, I've got
it's
a
my
question
turn.
for you.
It's my
Wow.
turn. We don't have much time to talk about this.
Okay.
All right.
I want you to tell us, because you came from, you know, you came up through Pro-Am
Yep.
recently, very recently.
Very recently.
Yes.
And in your journey to Pro-Spec, and I think we all know you're probably going to end up in Pro because you're doing really well.
Thank you.
So tell me what it's like to come up through that, to do the Pro-Am thing, to be grassroots, to, you know, to make that journey.
So, I really enjoyed the journey. It was very, very challenging for us.
What are the challenges specifically? Like,
You know, okay, one
is
thing,
it you as a driver? Is it the car? Is it,
one
what is-
thing that you don't realize until you're there is you sit all these long nights in your garage. You spend all this money.
Do you have a mirror? Do you look in the mirror a lot?
You have all this time. That's in my bathroom only. You're sitting there, okay? And what no one tells you is, you know, sooner or later, you take all this time off work and you ask your friends to take time off work and you get your truck and trailer and your whole program and all your spares and all your tools
Your
and all
whole life,
everything,
really.
your whole life, everything you've worked for, and you drag it across the country. And you know, I always say it like this. In the garage, you're at home and you have 20 friends helping you. You know, you got your neighbors and you got all this people, right? And then it's time to drive to the event. And you go to the event and you bring your closest crew and your lady and your whatever. And you're at the event and then it's time to race the car. and you kind of wave goodbye to your crew, and it's just you in the car, right? And it's one of those where it can be overwhelming for the pressure in the sense of, hey, will I throw this all away? You know, am I going to be the reason this? Now, I think that's part of a driver is you don't really look at that, right? You don't look at the pressure. You know why you're there, and you go for it. But climbing through the ranks of Pro-Am, especially, it's this. Consistently, you kind of get cars where half are grassroots, half are pro spec style. Half make 400 horsepower, and they don't have a lot of seat time. And I'm not calling anyone out here,
Yeah.
but you know, we had some stock Corvettes today, and they were driving phenomenally. And on the other end of that, we had, you know, 1,000 horsepower Nikita or
Right.
Cameron Sorensen or Amanda Sorensen, pro spec drivers, right? And one thing that no one really tells you is you got to be able to adapt. Some people are just still learning how to shift the car, it feels like, and some people are absolutely shredding.
Yeah.
And so
We are. Okay.
in Pro-Am, that is probably the most challenging thing that I found, is you have to be extremely adaptable. You have to be able to watch practice and kind of remember, okay, this person drives like this person drives
Right.
like this. Where I've noticed in Pro Spec already, everyone is fast. Everyone's fast, everyone throws it big, everyone has smoke, and you can kind of dive through the smoke. Right, everyone's earned their spot there, if you will. And I don't know if I'm getting off topic. from your
How is that
question.
different than Pro-Am?
Well, like I say, Pro-Am, you still have, okay, who was some of our newer drivers? We had, who, remind me?
Newer or
We could use Easton as an example.
yeah,
Easton.
in the black Corvette.
In the black Corvette, right?
Yep.
So he doesn't have a lot of competition seat time. It doesn't mean he's not a bad driver, or it doesn't mean he's a bad driver. He's just working on the experience, right? And he still might, you know, struggle with transitions, or he still might struggle with holding the line or adjusting the car, right? So part of competition experience is don't put too much grip in the car or put enough, or, you know, there's the whole team aspect of it. Where in Pro Spec, you kind of have to get through that stuff to win and get results and to earn the license.
So when you show up to Pro Spec, you know that you're competing against guys that are on a similar level or have had to jump through the same hoops to get there.
Exactly. They've at least done the same type of process. And we were fortunate, like we got through Pro-Am in 1 year, right? So we are still learning super fast.
Right.
But, you know, a lot of the times these guys have at least adjusted through this. And so you can expect they might make mistakes, but for the most part, like, they've got a foundation under them. And you can kind of jump into that,
Yeah.
which is fun.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
you guys
you.
are doing an awesome job. Congrats
you.
to your team. I think you got all the right pieces in place to make things move forward. Good car, good driver, good crew.
Thank you. I really appreciate
We're
that.
doing our best.
The cats.
The cats.
cats.
Hey, I couldn't do it without the cats. All
Yeah.
the cats out there, we love the cats.
No, not woo, meow.
Meow. Meow.
All right, we've got, who's up here? We got,
Cameron Sorensen and Josh Stewart. So
this will be
is-
exciting.
This
Yeah.
is going to be an exciting
Oh, this
battle.
will be an exciting battle. You know, one thing I know about Cameron Sorensen is he is flat out. He is flat out. He's never going to play games, and he wants to just drive awesome. Same with Josh Stewart. I mean, both the Vegas boys. They're used to the heat. They can handle the heat and the pressure. They're ready to party.
So Stewart just battled Amanda right before this.
Check the treadwear, Jake. 300 treadwear.
So now time to
I think
battle
they
the
both should
younger
have just
brother.
thrown on the big tire.
That's cheating.
That's cheating. All right, so we got Cameron Sorensen out front. I'm assuming he will have a big flick, as we see right here. Oh, straight to angle, little bobble, little deep
Big
in
angle.
hour one. You know, Josh Stewart. Whoa! We have a washout, unfortunately, by Josh Stewart. You know, Cameron Sorensen moves on. Great, nasty lead. You know,
Now-
Whoa.
And then he goes 2 tires off.
All right.
Okay, so
we got
this.
some drama mama and
Shake it up. Not till top 4, of course. No, this
Yes,
is, yeah,
yes,
top
of
4.
course.
Top 4. Yeah, so the winner of this battle will go against Colette Davis in the finals.
And they both had a large mistake. So
The judges get to weigh the
it's-
mistakes now.
yeah, it's really, it could be either one's battle at
They're
this
all
point.
hovered over the laptop out there rewatching
Yep.
what we all
Yep.
just saw.
We may have a couple replays.
Yep.
So what did we see? We saw Josh, it looked like maybe over-gripped and then washed out, straightened
Yeah.
out,
Either
right?
washed out, or maybe you got lost in the smoke a little
Okay,
bit.
okay.
Or you know, he was just off, right? He went to transition, and it seemed like the car was headed south.
Right.
It was not
Right.
going to drift anymore, which is fine. But then again, it looked like in the lead, Cameron Sorensen was out front and seemed to have gone off 2 or 3 tires.
Right.
I didn't see it exactly. It looked like for sure one. We saw a little brown cloud,
Yeah.
right? Maybe off the track, and maybe, you know, that white suit of his is going to be a
little brown.
little more brown. You
Sometimes people just go off on that corner. You know?
I know his sponsors for this year, I think, are Spider, correct?
Yep.
You know, obviously he's part of the Sorensen Motorsport clan.
They put together some great cars.
Put together some great cars, some great drivers.
Yep.
Right, motorsport family through and through. I do think Josh Stewart is going to
The rag.
pesky old lady.
We know Josh can put on a clinic up front.
Josh can put on a click. You know, he hadn't led for anybody, and then he led for me, and it was a 100-point run this morning in
Yep.
practice. And he can just turn it on like that, being in that good-looking Stewart fam purple C6 Corvette.
But a nice lead like that is going to make an easy chase for Cameron.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. So hopefully, you know, I would like to see a big mistake from Cameron right now. I'd like to see it go one more time. Either way, I'm excited to see what happens. Josh Stewart leaves. Big flick.
right to angle,
Right
really
to
smooth.
angle, very smooth. Cameron Sorensen still putting on the pressure. He doesn't want to get anything easy.
Oh,
He's going to work.
there
And
it
he's
is.
on the goal. Let's go.
Purple
Dives
versus
through the
purple.
smoke. You know, it is clear as day that Cameron Sorensen really, really wants this.
Oh, yeah.
Wants it.
Wow.
Nice.
On top of that, though, let's applaud Josh Stewart's beautiful lead.
Yeah.
Giving Cameron Sorensen the absolute perfection for a lead run.
Yeah.
Right.
That was great.
Yeah.
That was
really.
a beautiful lead and an even beautifuler chase. You know, I loved the proximity. I loved the angle. I loved the aggression. You know, you can see that Cameron Sorensen wants to see the finals with Colette Davis here.
Yep.
You know, unfortunately, Josh Stewart, I think this is going to be sayonara, you know.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be hitting the horse after this one. Love him to death. You know, I think this is good, though, because, you know, Prospect drivers, we're going to be driving here in the next month.
Yep.
And so he can go into the next round knowing what he might need to work on, right? And
I believe we decided there is going to be a third place battle.
there is
Yes.
going to be a third place battle.
Yep.
Okay, so
So whoever drops out of this
So-
battle,
Josh
Yep.
Stewart.
We'll
We'll go
go
against-
crew.
crew.
Okay, so we need to
Well, we need an official decision from the judges.
stay focused.
What do we got in the chat?
All right, so let's go Cam, solid chase. Cam has deserving, perfect lead. Basically what we had mentioned, right? You need a good lead to have a good chase.
Yeah.
Now, Cameron's lead was good. Looks like the judges are just making sure nothing fishy is going on around here. Okay?
Making sure we all saw what we
Making
all
sure
saw.
What we saw, and maybe I missed it, right? Maybe the judges saw something that I missed with
Mm-hmm.
Josh's chase. Maybe there was a slow up or
They do have a better view of what we didn't see as well, which is the
Exactly.
outside of the last corner.
exactly.
As well as the initiation too. We
Right.
can see them coming at us, but we can't really see where they are.
We're three pesky people in a building right now. You know, we're watching television screens and stuff. Plus, we've been talking for hours.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, no matter what happens,
Hey, good job for talking for so many hours.
Two hours and 40 minutes.
hey, I've been relaxed. I've been smooth. Okay, I've been nice. It's about maintaining everybody, not getting too rowdy. All right. Okay, everybody, clap your hands. Down, 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 down.
Here comes.
Looks like Josh Hadlock might have some input for us. Maybe not.
Let's see. Okay, so Cameron Sorensen is going to get the win, everybody.
Good job,
It is-
Cameron.
You know, good job. Hats off to Josh Stewart either
Yeah.
way, you know, driving his way up to the top 4. You know, hopefully he can put that car back together and continue on with Crew. Either way, Crew has another battle.
Yep,
They
so
both have one
Crew
more
and
battle.
Josh will be going against each other for the third place battle, and I'm assuming they will do that after the finals, or do you think they're going to run it right now?
He's gonna have to go change tires for sure. Well, I think they'll,
Either
I think
way,
they
they
would
got
run
to
it.
work on both cars. So
Right.
let me go. Have we decided it's for sure a third place battle?
Yes, he just came and told us. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
great work. So,
So Jerry,
ooh,
let's talk about tires, because that's the only thing between your car and the road, right? That's one of the biggest things in drifting is tires, right?
Yeah.
It's what you probably spend the most money on.
if you wake
high
up
consumption.
and you go to bed, why do you go to bed? Because you're tired. Okay? 'Cause
Dad
you're tired.
jokes.
So in ProSpec, you guys use 200 treadwear, right?
Correct.
And here we're using 300 treadwear. Explain that. What's the difference there?
So, the compound of the tire, treadwear. It is essentially, now I'm not a tire nerd, all right? So you're gonna help me through this, all right? But it is the amount of, how would I word this? I need help.
Okay.
It's the stickiness of the rubber, right?
The
It's how-
stickiness of the rubber. Now,
So,
exactly, all right? So I think when they're building a tire, if you have a higher treadwear compound, it is going to last longer.
Right.
So if you get a 400 or 500 or whatever 100 treadwear, that's going to be your 30,000 mile tire for your
70,000.
exactly
Go
for your
forever.
mom's minivan.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And she is going to make it many moons, and they're not going to be bald, and she's not going to blow out because they're bald.
Those are the tires we've pulled out of the junkyard, drifted on them, they last you for 2 days.
Exactly. Those are
And
the
you go
tires
nowhere.
that you put on your old man's Miata and whatever, right? Now, if you're driving something more like a race car as a C6 Corvette or something, you want a stickier tire because that's going to grip the road and that's going to excel the car and, you know, increase the handling.
Right.
Now
and
the-
with more friction comes more wear. So, you will wear out of those much faster.
Exactly. And so, back to your question, how exactly did you word it?
Well, yeah,
The
like
differences.
when you're drifting, what's the difference between a 300 and a 200, right?
Okay, so truly, I was blown away because I'm like, okay, it can't be that much of a difference. 265, 300 treadwear, as this series is, versus a 255, 200 treadwear. But the amount of grip that we get out of the car on the 200 treadwear is phenomenal. We feel like I let off the clutch and I do wheelies. On top of that, the overall speed of the cars is just insane. I think, let's say, I'm just gonna use Josh Stewart as an example. If I were to put him on a 300 treadwear and then put my car on a 200 treadwear and I led for him and did a lap, by the end of Outer Zone 4, I think I would have 6 or 7 cars on him.
Wow.
Now, in 2 laps, my tires are going to be completely dead, and he might be good for 1 more lap. And so it's good because for lower budget and when you're learning and whatever, you don't really need all that grip, right?
Right.
But at a high standard competition level, we're getting every ounce of speed out of the cars. And we need to slow them down, we need to speed them up, we need to do everything. And overall, we just need to drive off track because that's what we do a lot. You know, take yourself out if you can't. And, you know, that is truly the difference.
So how important is the width of the tire versus the tread compound?
I think, all right, let me,
So, we, in Formula Drift, we are required to stay at a 255.
yeah.
I'm going down and getting champagne ready.
Okay.
We'll meet
Sounds
you down
good.
there, brother. So,
So in FD, we are limited to a 255. In Hot Pit, we're able to drive with a 265. So what is the difference you feel in those? Do you feel a difference, or is it mostly the treadwear, do you think?
I am trying to think of a comparison for if they were equal. And like genuinely, I haven't really, I haven't driven a 225, 200 treadwear, but I would assume that a 225, 200 treadwear would be as fast as like a 255, maybe 265. The treadwear is a huge factor in the car. And the width, you know, I don't know what you get out of the width as much, as far as obviously you get more, I'm looking stupid here for a second.
Surface, more surface area.
If I were to choose a huge 300 treadwear or a smaller 200 treadwear, I'd still choose a smaller 200 treadwear, is where I'm headed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's all.
Another thing about a bigger tire, if you use a 265, 275 or bigger, right? You have more rubber to wear out.
Yeah.
So the tire will last longer,
That's true.
essentially, too.
And more
Yeah.
grip.
Yeah, right. Another thing I learned too is the larger diameter tires make a huge difference, right? So you guys are on a 255, 35, whereas if you ran the same tread compound but like a 255, 45,
Yep.
you'd actually have more grip.
Yep. Yep. As you air the tires down, you know, it's kind of going to balloon over the earth.
So the
road.
the pro guy, big tire, we call it the big tire, right?
big
the
tire.
295
Yeah.
40s and 295.
The
just
Jerry
big tires.
gappers.
Yeah. The transmission breakers.
The transmission brake.
Yeah, there's a huge difference because it's the same treadwear, but the pro cars are so much faster because
Yeah.
they have so much more tire under their car.
So much more tire, and then you know that is the same reason they require 1,000 horsepower.
Right.
Because the same thing you've seen today, right? Cars are having a hard time staying out on the edge of the track when they're lower horsepower. Now that we're into the finals, you can see all the big horsepower dudes are still out there because they're really able to just sauce the outer line, right? Same with pro, you get this huge tire, and then you air it down, and it's gripping the earth, and it's 200 treadwear. You now need 1,000 horsepower to keep those tires spinning, and that is why the pro guys are so fast as well. You know, I also think just pure talent.
If you were to make the jump from Pro Spec to Pro, what would you change on your car?
Huge shot of nitrous. I would for sure figure out a bunch more nitrous, and then the biggest difference between Pro Spec and Pro as well is the engineering of the cars, right? So I believe we're all throwing as much grip at the cars as we can, both Pro Spec and Pro. And I think that is everyone's goal. The difference is Pro, they are intelligent and they are really good at making a very good drivable car where, they throw it in and it's easier to not have mistakes because maybe it floats a little better or X, Y, and Z, and they have kind of more time and talent into that. Where I think us pros, for me, I'm going to talk to myself here. I think Pro Spec, we throw a lot of grip in there because we want to keep up. But we maybe don't understand the mathematical side of keeping it easy to drive. And so around our team, we just call it riding the hog. We'll throw it in, we say, well, boys, we're just going to ride the hog today.
Just
If
right
you were
on
to
the edge.
if you were to put 295s on your car, the pro tires, would you be able to drive your car
We have-
the way it is?
It depends. It depends which track.
Okay.
We
So,
did it one time in
This
the
track,
paddock.
this track, I would look like a Z out there. I'd have no angle. I could
Okay.
link the track, whatever. I think smaller tracks like New Jersey, Long Beach, I think St. Louis, I would be struggling.
Okay.
But I could maybe make it happen, right? But I think there's a few tracks that you could make it happen. But the tracks that are these long sweepers where you need a lot of wheel speed and stuff, I would be cooked, But that's where nitrous comes in.
Okay, we have another question. What is your favorite inexpensive tire?
I mean, you and I both been through this,
What?
For fun
Okay,
cars.
can we get another question to your question? Inexpensive, give me like a dollar amount.
No, we're talking about street tires. We're talking about your Ironmans, your say
For
Loons.
like new drivers, say. If you were a new driver,
Yeah, we're talking
low
like
budget.
Yep, 225-ish. Like street tires that are under $100. I would say is what I would call an inexpensive tire.
That's where I'm out of the game these days.
Yeah.
Because I would not run street tires on my car.
Right.
The minimum we've ran on the car is a just 300 treadwear. And that's just because our car is expensive to run and we're competitive and we want to get data every single lap we run.
Well, so for example, yesterday I was out driving on this track, and I have a 1J Silvia stock turbo, 300 horsepower, and the car was struggling to get corner to corner. Like a lot of the drivers we saw here, I could relate because, yeah, it's a 1J, I've got power, right? But there's still not enough power. You got to be able to get out there.
Yeah.
And so to use that car as an example, a cheap tire, I had a 265
Saloon?
Lionheart.
Okay.
Lion?
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Yeah. And I had it aired up to 50 PSI, and I was still struggling to get from corner to corner, but the tire lasted me all day. It was
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
problem, right?
Yeah.
Where if I put your tire on my car, there's no chance. I wouldn't even be able to spin it, right?
Wouldn't even be able to do it. Yeah.
Exactly.
And that is, I think as far as setup goes, that's part of the balance that everyone needs to find. And don't go out in a Z and throw a 200 treadwear GT radial on it because you won't be able to drift it, right?
Right.
But then again, don't have 1,000 horsepower and run a 225 Ironman.
Right.
Right. And that's all part of the whole setup and the game.
Yeah.
Looks like we've had some
Saloons.
Lionhearts,
Okay, some of the answers we got here. Lionhearts, Saloons,
Ironmans.
Ironmans. Those are all great.
Yep. For me, at that point, you're not chasing grip. You're chasing tire life.
Yeah.
Right? So you want a tire that's not going to come apart.
So, believe it or not, I actually have had great luck. When I've been trying to make a tire last on my car, the Kendas work very well.
Yeah.
Kendas
Yep.
last a long time.
They do.
And, they're fun, smoky,
Yep.
whole nine.
We've got a couple people calling him Junior. It's catching on.
Nice.
I
Sketch
love the speed, and that's what I'm into drifting for. And I would rather do 2 laps a day that are absolute full throttle,
Right.
super fast, than do 35 laps.
Right.
For the same cost type of.
Yep.
That's my personality.
Right.
But it's because I like going fast, baby. Do we want to go fast or we want to go slow?
It's addicting.
It's addicting. Right? And you felt it with my car yesterday. I
Yep.
know you bit the bug.
Oh, yeah.
And last
Yep.
night you were
That was-
you were sitting there thinking, you're falling asleep and you're just licking your lips. You're like, oh, V8. I know this V8 would make so much power and it'd be so sick. And... Hey, you can contact me. I got an LS3 with your name on it, okay?
Don't know anything about that.
Brother, all for you. All for you. All right. So, when you were competing, how were your nerves going into the start of the day versus the end?
I mean, it's always the scariest at the first, right?
Yep.
For me, a big one was Long Beach. I'm fortunate I got to drive Long Beach. And like the first time I showed up to Long Beach, looking down at that first wall, you're like, your depth perception, you're like, I guess I'm going as fast as I can towards that wall.
Yeah.
Where do
And
I
then you
initiate?
turn.
Luckily,
Yeah.
Chris Forsberg did 100 laps the day before, and there's black marks on the ground, so it gives you a reference, right?
Absolutely.
But like the nerves of doing that. And the same like, when you're up for qualifying or whether you're up for your first battle, you kind of get that. And then once you get in the groove, or even better, when you start winning battles, it just gets easier and easier. You get up, you get excited, the nerves fall away, and you're just like, let's go.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about that?
You win
a lot.
I have the same exact theory, but for me, it's when I'm able to turn it down, right? So you heard my joke in St. Louis. I got to keep it smooth. I got to whatever. I don't get super nervous because I just like flooring it, right?
Yeah.
So it's more of not getting too excited too early on. Here's our third place battle right here. Crew and Josh Stewart.
Back to the action.
Oh, Crew didn't leave the line.
no.
What's going on here? They did call that 5 minute earlier. I wonder if it's
wonder if he's
somehow
bowing out.
related. Josh is out there doing his solo run. Unfortunately for Crew, it looks like. Josh putting on a clinic like we know he can.
Yep.
Beautiful lead run. I love to see it.
So I believe that means Josh Stewart gets third place.
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
Unfortunately.
Aggressive flick into outside zone 4.
I would have loved to see a battle,
Okay.
but it's also
Okay.
good to see Josh out there doing his
Well,
thing.
I guess that will be a third place bye run for Josh
Do you know what happened there
Stewart.
with Crew?
Crew at the start line just bowed out.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
something obviously happened with his car. He took a 5-minute call,
that's what it
right?
sounds like. We didn't
Yeah,
get
okay.
clarification.
Okay.
He, just,
Okay.
he said he wasn't going to run, so we just sent Josh on a bye run. And
Okay,
that's our third place battle.
awesome. Okay, Josh Stewart with third place.
Josh Stewart takes third place. Congrats to him coming up from California and or
Las Vegas.
Excuse me. he didn't really have much practice time.
Right?
Same with Crew. I guess Crew showed up this morning as well.
Right.
You know, both of them working their butts off. I think well deserved for both.
Yep.
Fourth and third.
Yep.
Let's see what happens here in this final battle with Colette Davis and Cameron Sorensen. Junior. Colette the Shredder.
Colette or Shredder. Okay, this is our final battle here.
Coletti Confetti Shreddy. Let's get him. Cosmo Mucho Machos.
That's a throwback. Those were
That's
good
a
tires.
throwback, yeah.
That's a tire?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think they're more popular in Florida now. They're based out of Florida. So
Okay.
All right, congrats to both of these for both these drivers for making it to the finals. Colette out in the lead. Here they go down the straight. Good flick
Some
into
BMW action.
Cameron Sorensen.
Ooh, a little on the
Little
inside.
on the side, but
Keeping
he
it together.
corrects
Keeping it
He
together.
corrects it.
Very good.
You know, makes you wonder if, I want to see this with my own two eyes.
Okay.
This
Using
is
the whole
a
track.
prospect battle
Wow.
like no other. Cameron Sorensen just
Very
Glory,
nice. Very
Colette.
nice.
Nice.
congrats to
Good
Colette
battle.
Davis for such a stellar lead. You know,
You can see how much the sun has changed in the smoke as the day has gone on, with it backlighting in that outer zone 3. So,
shout out
Yeah.
to Cameron Sorensen. You could see he was excited.
yeah.
He maybe was transitioning a little too early in both zones, right? However, he corrected it early,
Yep.
got back on the door, and stayed composed. He didn't let it finish his run.
It's very difficult with a car that gripped up to make that mistake and be able to save it.
Save
Yes.
it.
Very impressive.
Stay wide.
Yep.
Stay on her door.
He was able to get back in the pocket.
Yep.
He made the mistake, but he fixed it, and
And you know, I think that's probably Cameron's many hours of sim racing he has.
Yeah.
He's always on the sim. He's always driving.
He's
and you
fighting.
can tell
Yeah.
he's focused. He wants to win. He wants to be here, right? He's not just here. He wants to be here, and that shows you right there. Colette as well with a great lead run in her final battle. You
Our
know,
first place qualifier.
one thing
really-
I wonder is, will Cameron run away from Colette right now? Did Colette save enough tire? Right? That is one thing I had problems with yesterday, is by the second lap I ran out of tire. And so let's see what happens here. Can Colette put it on the door of Cameron Sorensen? Cameron Sorensen, big flick into
Nice
outer
entry.
one. Using the whole track.
Right there.
Good job. Colette dives to the door. Little more distance between the two. You know, that's what I mean. Cameron Sorensen is just a rocket ship out front.
Yeah.
And that right there could show you just how it is with the Sorensens, you know, competitive cars they've built. All together, they have put together such a program. Cameron Sorensen, you know, it looks like he is most likely going to,
you have to wonder if she ran out of tire there, like you were saying.
Yeah.
like I say,
yeah.
She's never spun there all day long.
she's never spun, she
Okay.
didn't have any issue, and you could see, she initiated, she was on the door. She transitioned, and it just, she maybe
Started to
fell
fall
off.
off, yeah.
And fell off more and more. And who knows what really happened, right? Maybe we could ask her down here on the podium.
Yeah.
Let's see if the judges have a winner or not. Either way, round of applause.
Great battle. Both
Yep.
very well
To both
deserving
of
the
them.
drivers to be in the finals.
You know, I don't think either one of them had like a super lucky call. You
Nope.
know, I think they fought every
Yep.
single battle.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I think that was a fantastic set of drive. Great lead. That first one, you know, had me on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cameron Sorensen just getting on the door, making all the right calls.
We don't want to announce the winner here.
Yep.
Okay.
So if we have a winner, we're going to go down.
Yep. Are we taking a camera down there?
There's a camera down there
Okay.
already. Yep.
Awesome.
Don't.
There's the old man.
That's the camera.
Oh,
just
look
like-
at go back to that one, dude.
I can't do him.
You can't do him in like that.
I can't do it like that. That was
Well, I wonder if Colette's spotter is up here, Michael. We'll see if we can get a word from him.
Yep. either way, like I say,
Great battle.
what do you guys have to say about that battle for the rest of you that are in the live stream right now?
Yeah, it looks like there's
What
92.
did you think? What do you feel? There comes Josh
Let's
Stewart.
get
coming in
Michael
from
over here.
Michael, you
Michael.
want to say something? A word? A word?
Can we blast you on here?
Yeah.
So we
How do
were
you feel about that
curious
last battle?
if Colette maybe ran out of tire in that last outside zone 4.
Oh, she threw the car in and was like, I have no tire.
Yeah,
She,
that's
by
what
the
we
time
thought.
she hit outer zone 2, she was like, I am on skates right now.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
Yeah.
It was a great weekend.
Awesome.
Seeing her on the podium's awesome. And we got a lot of good data for FD. So, Jerry,
Yeah. Yeah.
buckle up because we're coming, brother.
I really didn't do myself a favor by not driving today, but I gotta give you guys something, right? I
Yeah.
gotta, you know, I gotta keep it interesting.
Okay, let's take this hot.
All right, so we're sitting here. We've got the guys crawling out of their cars. Guys and gals. Sorry about that, Colette. Confetti.
Shredder.
Confetti shreddy.
We want to thank you guys for tuning in with us and sticking this out. I know it was we're 3 hours of this, but we appreciate you guys tuning in. Final shout out to our sponsors: Pit Viper, Zestino Tires, Down Under Detailing, Jerry, Cage Kids.
I am going to shout out Cage Kids. You know, they're a big part of my program, and you know they do all of the local stuff here. And overall, huge into drifting. Shout out Cage Kids.
It's great to
Yep.
have Rob here as one of the guest judges. Rob from
judges.
Cage Kits.
You know, Candid Tires, Zestino Tires, and then the man mounting all of these tires alone for over 20 drivers,
Set up.
Sadet. You know,
That's right.
We have
Casey, Barrett.
SFG wraps.
They got us
Shout out
the
to
windshield
them.
banners for this event.
Nice. I think we got them super quick.
It is
Yep.
amazing because one of the competitors actually sponsors the event, Down Under Detailing. You know, he's out here.
Yep.
Tanner Walters,
Jay-Z S13.
JZS13. He took it to top 8 this.
That's right. That's
I
right.
think that's
Great driving.
correct. Great
Yeah.
driving.
Another announcement is the Bros Before Pros event is on August 31st, the Sunday after Formula Drift. So if there is
All right.
other-
Coming in at third place in Drift Buffet Summer Solstice Round 2. Josh Stewart. Now, you guys got a question.
Wait till he's done.
Is it the young one or is it the younger one? Young one! Yeah, you! Come on! Well, let's go ahead and go for it. Second place. Colette Davis.
Shake it, Cameron, shake it.
Come on, dude! I don't do this every day. Oh, he's never won before.
He's never seen stuff like this.
Get up! Come over it. Shake it up. Get your brother.
Big job.
Big job.
Senior, junior.
Good one.
Good job, Colette. This was a hell of a fun run.
Can we come back to you?
Everybody, I want to give you
Congrats.
one final thank you for tuning into the stream.
Yep.
Congrats to these amazing drivers.
What a great show today.
What a great show. You know, it does show how good ProSpec is these days.
Yeah.
Right? We have a ProSpec 1, 2, and 3 finish. Crew, congrats to 4th place. Congrats to everybody else. Another huge shout out to all of the sponsors for today.
We want to talk about our next round, Drift Buffet. We're hosting round 3 of this Pro-Am, September 13th. That will be the final round of this one. So if you want to compete, September 13th, we'll do the same thing again.
Yep, and this is honestly a great time for you all to come out and get some good exposure to the elements.
Yep.
Is how I'm going to word it.
On
We're
this
gonna
great
have-
track.
We're going to have more great
track,
drivers, great
great
prospect
cars.
drivers, and you know this is where you come not essentially to easily earn your license, but to learn how to win.
Yeah.
Right? I think that would be a good comparison on what to do.
We've also got my favorite event of the year coming up, which is Bros Before Pros. We actually drive that on the go-kart track here, which I love because it's a tight, fun, tandem track. We do that on August 31st, which is the day after Formula Drift. So if you're in town for Formula Drift, you can drag your car out here and come party with us afterwards. It is an absolute blast.
That is a super fun event just to come watch as well.
Yeah.
You know,
If you're coming to
stay-
town to watch Formula D, stay for the day after.
If you're planning, and you know, all the FD guys are relaxed. They've done their competing. They're over it, right? And so that's a lot of the times you might be able to get a ride along. You might be able to get up close and personal with the cars. And then, like I say, the drivers are just hanging out.
Party laps.
And it's party time, and you see backies, and you see all the fun stuff you don't get to see during comp. So it's a
Yep.
great time to come out and see.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And congrats again to Cameron Sorensen, first place,
Yep.
officially.
Great drive today.
And-
Officially, Cameron Sorensen, first place.
Colette Davis, second place.
Good job, good job.
Josh
And
Stewart,
Josh
third
Stewart,
place.
third place. Every single one of the drivers today were on it.
Yep.
You know, and awesome driving.
That's right. We want to thank Kenny.
Kenny, thank you, Kenny.
Thank you very much.
Slide over here.
Take my glasses off.
Kenny put in a ton of work helping us with
Yep.
his live stream, getting all the cameras set up.
You know, we saw all of the love on the live stream, and thank you guys for being engaged and helping us out.
Give us any feedback. We tried a lot harder to.
We
This is
are
all our
good,
first
so-
time, so.
I would say I'm prospectional at live streaming. You know, I'm a prospectional live streamer, and
Yep.
you know,
Shout out to the track staff for sitting in the sun.
yeah, shout out to Jake, shout out to all the boys out there, shout
Yep.
out to, you know, Burt Brothers Motor Park.
Thank you, judges.
The judges,
Thanks
right
to the
here.
judges. Oh, we're just
Yep.
taking everybody over here.
Here's the judges. Here's Mike Fulkerson.
And
Thank you.
there's Mike.
Josh Hadlock.
Josh Hadlock.
Rob Parsons is not on his way in, so.
He is not on his way. Yeah.
If you guys are watching right now, we're trying to build this channel for future stuff. So
Yeah.
go subscribe, please, so we can get the sub count up. We're
Yep.
going to use this for future live streams.
You know, I learned how to drift here in Utah. There's great drivers here in Utah. Don't overlook Utah.
Yep.
And,
We got a beautiful
Putting
track
ourselves
here.
on the map.
you know, this place is a great time to come spend a weekend racing cars with your buddies. And I suggest you make it out here soon.
Yeah.
That's it. Good job, guys.
Hey,
Rock and roll.
Thank you.
signing off.
Bye.
Bye.